on YouTube, guys, so it's very important. I took that info from last week and it made a huge difference. Spotting fakes was easier. Yes, yes, yes. Thank y'all for voting, by the way, so that we can get the topic really, really going. Tap the screen as much as you can. Share the live. Please come on in if you would like to talk about this topic. Greetings, greetings. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So, fake tarot readers, Reiki healers, witches, etc. How to spot a fake. Okay. You guys can come in and talk about any sector of spirituality, even religion. Oh, hold on one second. Sorry. There you go. I thought I mirrored it already. Sorry about that. So, here's the topic at hand today. I'll let you guys vote on it. Thank you for voting, giving your opinion on which topic y'all wanted to hear about. And we're going to go ahead and do half and half. We're going to talk about this. And then we're going to talk about spiritual life coaches, therapy, etc., how important that is, and what spiritual life coaches actually do. My mom was totally blind and she read tarot cards. People be terrified of her. That means that she's a seer and she has a gift. Even though she might have been totally blind, she was connected to the divine. She had a gift. So that was a beautiful thing. Excuse me. Come on, comment, y'all. Tell me how y'all feel. I know we just had our spiritual revolt meeting last night. Anybody who did not get a chance to be a part of that meeting, but you paid a ticket for $4.44, please email me so that I can refund you your money if you were not able to join. I don't just take people's money. So please let me know. Hi, thank you for joining. How do you feel about this topic at hand? Talk to me. We got a lot of it going on around the app. It's a lot of fakeness, a lot of weirdness going on. Jump in the box. Tell me how you feel. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe tarot is real? Do you believe Reiki healing is real? Do you believe witches are real? Talk to me. I was in the midst of reading you and the video got cut off. Was that when they cut off the live about a month ago? Hi, thank you for joining. I love Reiki too. Yes, yes, yes. There are so many fakes. Yes, it's crazy. That's one of the reasons why I have these topics. I think you're the same lady, maybe wrong person. Might have been. I don't just cut off my live while I'm doing readings, and if I don't get a chance to do your reading, you have the availability to book a free call with me and let me know, like, hey, I was one of the ones in the comments. You were finishing up my reading, stuff like that. I'm a little different. I have an entire calendar where people can book free calls with me to reach out to me. When they solicit you, thank you, 310 Harlan. That is correct. Hey, jump in. Come on. Come conversate with me. I don't want to be the only one talking. Y'all know. I know y'all like the sound of my voice. I don't. When they solicit you, yes, do not allow them to solicit you in your inbox. Listen, I've had over 200 people reach out to me. I've had over 100 people book with me, probably more. Never have I ever reached out to them. Never have I ever inboxed. Never have I ever text them. The most that I've done is text people and tell them I had discounts available during Black Friday. That's it. Okay. Come on in, guys. A lot of fake tarot readers on this app, and I catch them giving complete wrong interpretations. Yes, baby witch, and I've come across scammers always saying I was drawn to you. Yes, that saying I'm drawn to you shit is so fake. I had a chat with you the other day when I told you I had been scammed so much. Yes, I remember having that chat with you, sweetie, and I'm glad I was able to talk to you, and whenever you feel comfortable, I'm here for you. I will never bug you, though. Trust and believe that. My grandmama was a healer, a Christian witch. And the one who said Christian witch, let me tell you, the Christians don't even believe in the fact that they don't believe that can mix. Not even understanding a lot of people in the Bible did magic. There's no way to join. Yes, there is. Guest request at the bottom. Come on in. I'll let y'all in the talk. I'll let you know there was someone pretending to be you. Yes. They're pretending to be us, and it's not just us. Anybody who has an extreme following and voice, they're pretending to be everyone. There are some huge creators on this app who have 2 and 4 and 5 and 10 million followers. They're pretending to be them as well. It's everyone. I believe it's real, but there's a lot of fake ones. I had one get me for 200. Wow. I'm so sorry that happened to you, baby. People are asking for money. People asking for money. Yes, that's definitely how to spot a fake. I shouldn't be asking you for any type of money. You book on my website if you feel comfortable. You book a free call with me if you feel led to work with me. I'm never going to solicit you. She tried to bully me into spending more to a different Cash App. She tried to bully you. Those of you who are running across these fake readers, take screenshots of who they are and send them to me. I'm building a revolt department that's going to get them off the app. So we're gonna work together, and I'm gonna make sure we get these cyberbullying and fake bullying type of people off this app the best that we possibly can. So please send that information to me. There's a link in my bio where you can connect to me via email. You can send the email to awakengoddess@collectivelydifferent.world. You can message me on my website at collectivelydifferent.world. You can book a free call with me to talk to me personally about whatever issues you have, and you can send me information that way as well. Whatever works with you guys. I have a whole team working together. We're going to try to get these fakes out of here. You got scammed out of 50. See, that's a problem. I don't like that. Come on, request in, guys. You have around 2 or 3 fake accounts who have added you. Yes, whenever you go live, 2 or 3 fake accounts immediately add you. Yes. There's a lot of fakes. We're tired of it too. 3,800 to heal your son. What? What type of rhetoric is... Okay. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Yes, I can give you some advice, William. How can I tell if it's real? That's crazy. Yeah, if you got the screenshot, send it to me. Okay, that is definitely... Okay, listen. People are going to charge their worth, right? Let me tell y'all something. If they're charging 500 and above, check their status. Because unless they are an angel coach, a celebrity life coach, a celebrity reader, okay, who has status quo, who has helped people transform their entire lives across the world, don't pay nobody $500 ever until you can verify their status. Let me help y'all. There is levels to this, right? Yes, we have the right to charge our worth. We do. But unless you can verify them, don't be paying them hundreds of dollars. Don't. I got my certification with the angel coach, Miss Rivera of the Transformation Academy. That woman charges $500 for a meeting and $1,500 or more for a class. She's expensive because she is an angel coach. She's expensive because she helped people all across the world. You don't have the right to start charging them prices until you have a status quo. Go up as you go in your prices. Give your chance to show yourself. Like, I'm gonna be... Come on in. Please, guest requests. If you believe God is the only way, how do you think... Where do y'all have this misconception that people who are witches, tarot readers, Reiki healers, energy healers, where do y'all have this misconception that people are not working by God? Who gives y'all that misconception. Some of the people in the Bible did magic. Solomon wore 12 crystals on his breastplate to protect him. Everybody did a little bit of magic. There is, let me see. Let me see if I can, it should be available to request. Give me a second. Da, 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 da. Give me a second, guys. Let me make sure you guys can come in. Let's see if there's some settings. Maybe it's turned off. Allow requests from viewers. I have allow requests from viewers. It's there. Kim, see if you can request. I just reset it one more time, because I don't want to be the only one talking. Okay, I see some requests coming in. All right, come on. I paid money to do work for me, but nothing works. And I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. It's there now? Okay, awesome. Please, if you have over 1,000 followers, come in, request. I don't want to be the only one talking, because people will then think that I just want to hear my own voice. I don't. Yes, I'm trying to speak on behalf of us readers, spiritualists, witches, healers, etc. Y'all have a misconception that it's not of God, and then y'all automatically want to assume every single thing is fake. Okay, well, we can say that the church prophets are fake too, but let's go. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna add 2 people in. Come on in. Let me change the panel setup. Da, 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 da. All right, I'm gonna add you in as well. 1 second. Panel, so that they can see the questions. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. I want to let you guys know first. That's a whole nother convo. Church, exactly. I don't like the fake churches either. Let's get into it. Please respect the chat. I'm a very respectful person. I do not care what your belief system is. I will never disrespect you for your belief system. Please don't come in here disrespecting mine. However, if you are new to this platform, trust and understand, I will allow you to speak. Please do not down anyone else for their belief system as well. We will drop you. Thank you for joining. First and foremost, we're going to start with, Miss Kim, go ahead and speak, and then we'll go Fifi and then Aries Witch.
Good day, everyone.
Yes.
Oops, hold on, my camera didn't come on. I don't know what happened.
Oh, you're welcome, Vandy. Listen,
I'm also
I'll let everybody vote. So we're going to talk half and half about the fakes and how to spot them. And then we're going to talk about what spiritual life coaches do to help people and why therapy, life coaching, and all that is important. We're going to talk about it. Go ahead, Miss Kim.
um so since we're talking about the fake terrors, I'm trying to work the chat at the same time. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
One of my biggest issues is them watching us in other people's lives, and then the minute we get off of that live, we then go and check our inboxes, and then we have exactly what we, good afternoon, we have exactly what we just talked about on that live.
Yep.
My issue is because it could be very dangerous. So I'll give a little bit about what happened to me for everybody that don't know. I lost my son a couple of years ago. And so I was on Miss Oracle's live, and we were talking about it. And they were, all encouraging me, sending love and hugs and everything like that. I wasn't down or anything, but we were talking about health at the time, how important it is as a reader, to be healthy, so that we can fight against the attacks. And so, as soon as I got off, I actually went onto Instagram because my daughter was like, "You didn't check my messages." So I checked my messages on Instagram, and immediately there was a fake Miss Cece page, which I knew immediately, she wouldn't be sending me no message on Instagram
because I got her number. Okay.
Because exactly, all the mods, we have each other's numbers. And so they immediately start talking about my son and how he's with me. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me take my Bluetooth out. I do apologize. Maybe that's the issue. I have a Yeah, is that
Everybody
better?
else mute while Miss Kim is talking. That can also create an echo.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I can't mute.
yeah, yeah. Okay, and so no, I still hear the echo. Hmm. But I they begin to tell me how he's here and what he's doing in heaven and all this kind of foolishness, and not understanding who I am in the spirit realm, not understanding my power in the spirit realm. Just was trying to scam. So my issue is those people, because I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. I'll drop down in a second. But that could be very dangerous to someone who is new to this,
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
because they could easily be manipulated, because here it is now, someone thinking that it's Miss Cece, and even if it wasn't one of her fake accounts, even if it's someone else. I'll do that, thank you. Someone told me turn off my Bluetooth and see if that help, because I don't normally have an echo. Hope that helped a little bit. um but even if wasn't her, any fake account, period, here it is now, they could be draining you out a whole bunch of money, thinking that they're healing your emotions or whatever the case may be, and yet you're still in that sunken place. And not even so much in that sunken place, you can get deeper into that sunken place, because now they done scammed you because they're listening to you on other lives. So those are the fakes that really grind me when
Mm-hmm.
see this kind of stuff happening. And I'm getting people telling me it's happening as well. And that's why we started this spiritual revolt, because
Yes, we
we
did.
want to do something about this foolishness. We have to, because we have to keep people who really need help safe from these vultures that are out here trying to scam people.
Yes, most definitely. And if y'all mad at me starting the spiritual revolt, then oh well. We coming for you. Bop, bop, bop. I like to say that
Absolutely.
often.
Absolutely.
I'm not playing with it,
Absolutely.
because one of the reasons why I have these conversations is I watch so many people get used, misused, and abused. I watch so many people continue to sit up there and be like, "Oh well, this person is going to get back with you during around this time." I see it happening. I have some more information for you on the subject. Book another reading with me. Stop using these people. Stop using
Hmm.
these
And
people.
I have all of that in the message.
Don't
All of that
nobody
was in the
ever say
message.
God is
They
seeking
were
me,
telling
use
me when
them.
he
I
was
won't
going to
even
come
pay
visit me.
people money most of the time. If you haven't done what you're
Hmm.
supposed to do before you get to the next reading, I'm gonna be like, nope, you need to finish what I told you to do before you want to come back for the next coaching or reading. These people out here are not doing that. They're gonna keep taking your money because you're being gullible. We're gonna stop y'all from being gullible today.
Absolutely.
We're gonna stop y'all from being gullible. So I have started the spiritual revolt. You can email me if you want to be a part of that team and department who's going to mass report, who's going to report the fakes, who's going to get these fakes out to these bigger creators who have millions of followers, the cyberbullying he has millions of followers. We can get this to every department that you could possibly think of, so we can make a big thing about it. Because
Her email is in her
until they
link
make a
in her
government
bio.
regulation, the only thing we can do is try to help as a community, because there's no government regulation on tarot readers, psychics, spiritual life coaches. There's no government regulations on that. Your certifications is the only thing that cover you. If you don't have certifications, you're just out here doing whatever you want to do. And it's okay to do whatever
Absolutely.
you want to do, but you better protect yourself with insurance. Miss Fifi, go ahead and go next.
Before Miss TP speaks really quickly, can you answer a question that was in the chat?
Yeah, what is it?
Um, how can you spot fake readers? And I'm a mute.
Say that again.
How can you spot fake readers?
Okay, I can give y'all
Is
a
the
couple of
question in the
tips real
chat.
quick. Let's get a couple of tips. Let me grab my notes from last Saturday, because we had this conversation last Saturday. So give me a second. Where are my notes? One of them I remember is they will message you. They will
Yeah.
always message you. It's going to be some, I feel led to you. I want to help you. I feel drawn to you. I want to, can I offer you a reading? Can I count you in for a reading? I see a heavy cloud over you. That's their favorite one. Um, let me see. Let's give them in order before I let Miss Fifi speak. Search for reviews on the web. If you can't find reviews in the comments of their videos, if you can't find reviews on the web or actual people who are saying, I follow this person because baby, she the truth, right? Most of my moderators are like that about me, and then they will go in on y'all, and it's not because I asked them to, it's because they believe in my gift. So when you have people going hard for people that they don't even know, okay, then you know that they're real. So watch for those reviews, pay attention to their videos and their lives. The people will talk about them in high esteem, not no fake little review that was paid for where their cousin came on the live to lie about something. You can tell a lie from a fake review. um Fishing for information versus verifying, extremely important. Fishing for information where they're like, so what originally happened that created this issue, or they're asking real in-depth questions, right? Only thing I'm gonna do in a relationship, I'm gonna give a example. Love reading. I'm gonna verify if you're in a relationship or not. That's it. I'm not going to ask you what your man name is. I'm not going to ask you what his sign is. I'm not going to ask none of that until we're later in the conversation and I want to verify, like, what's your sign versus his sign. That's it. That is verifying simple things. That's it. Fishing, they're like, I hear JSHK, their name is John, Jim, Jamie, just because they want you to say a name. Now, let me break this down like I did last Saturday. Mediums are different. When mediums are trying to talk to the dead and they hear someone speaking to them, they're trying to clearly verify Jame, James. They're trying to verify the person's name because the person is speaking to them and telling them, hey, I'm their family member. Here's who I am. So mediums are going to look different than readers because mediums are verifying what they're hearing. So it's going to sound a little fickle with a medium because they're hearing in parables. Okay? Readers are not going to do all that. They're going to ask simple questions, and sometimes we ain't going to even ask a question. Tell us general, and we're going to give you we're going to give you the truth with bare minimum information. Okay? Yeah, channeling is very complex because you don't know specifically what you're fully hearing. You're trying to listen as deep as you can. Um, let's see here. No website to purchase services. A lot of people hate me for this one, but I believe when you are in this field, any field of business, you should have some sort of something set up to protect you. If you don't like websites, fellow readers who are here today, get Square. You can do it for free. Put your services up there, talk about what you do on those services, and put prices there. Have a PayPal, Stripe, Square, Cash App. Have more than just Cash App, guys. Y'all know Cash App is associated with scams. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, come on. These are some very basic. There's some very basic information. They say bogus things that don't make any sense. They're not even saying a parable. They just talking out the side of their neck. Fake. Um, they don't have content on their page around the topic of spirituality. Huge one. Real spiritual people talk about spiritual shit 84/7 because we love what we do and we love helping people. Check their content. Check their page. They keep asking for your WhatsApp, not necessarily. And I'm gonna tell you why. I use WhatsApp to talk to people that I am life coaching out of the country. I talk to people in the Philippines. I talk to people in Europe. I talk to people in Croatia. I talk to people around the world, and they are not going to spend that type of money to talk to you on your regular phone. They're going to hit you on the WhatsApp. Okay. So you have to use your discernment with that one. Okay. It's not necessarily always WhatsApp. I had to download WhatsApp because someone who booked a free call with me in my bio was literally out of the country. I think she was in Denmark. And I was like, oh shit, I guess I gotta get WhatsApp. So no, you can't always, that's a 50-50. Um, let's see here. Witches. Witches that are fake, that use their only source of knowledge is about witchcraft from popular TV shows. Sabrina, Charmed Ones, all of those little funky, fun looking shows. That ain't real witchcraft and spirituality, let me tell you. Um, what's some other fishing for information and reviews? They should know the cards. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. They should know the cards. They should know the cards. If they don't, and I'm not talking about baby readers, y'all have to give baby readers a moment. And first of all, baby readers, you shouldn't even be on this app reading. They're going to tell y'all from limb to limb. They're going to tell y'all from limb to limb. Read with your family members, your coworkers, and your friends before you want to get on this app. Because they don't care on this app how they talk to you, what you look like, all that. They gonna talk about you. Is she reading from? Is she reading from the guidebook? You know, they gonna talk. You don't got time for that because that's gonna hurt your spirit. You need to learn in privacy, in peace. Um, However, for oracle cards, don't be looking at these readers upside their neck because they reading from oracle cards. It's prayers in there for y'all. If the prayer resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't resonate with you, walk the hell on. But there are prayers associated with oracle cards versus tarot cards. Tarot, same suit, same arcana. They should know what it is, what it means, what it's connected to. And a real seer don't even really need tarot cards. I don't all the time. Also, those who are saying tarot cards is a new age thing. No, it's not. The original reading cards was a deck of cards, hearts, spades, uh, hearts, spades, clubs, and diamonds. Playing cards was the original reading cards because reading off of the numbers was connected to reading to the planets, astrology. That's how they originally read you back in the day before people started actually making tarot cards. Okay, so do y'all research on that before y'all like, what's she talking about? No, 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 no. It started with playing cards, okay? And we can talk about some more tips later for new people who come in. I want to go ahead and let Miss Fifi talk, and then before Miss Fifi talk, Kim, did you catch a question in the comment that was important before we let Miss Fifi talk?
No, no, I'll let her answer, and then we'll answer another one after her.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Fifi.
Okay.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
We're doing all right. We're blessed. We're wonderful. Highly favored.
Right.
How are you?
So I came on here to speak just because I have experienced something on TikTok. I actually do it on purpose, just to do an experiment. So I'm gifted myself, but I don't share that with people. And I'm a seer, and I also spirit talks to me, and I give messages, but I don't charge anybody. I just, if I get a message, I give it to you, and I just keep it pushing. And so I'm glad you came along with this group that you decided to start, because people are just on here just giving their money away.
Yes.
They're giving, there's no, first of all, let's just start with the candles. How somebody gonna do a love candle for you and then they not even married or they ain't even got no man? How somebody gonna make a money candle for you and they ain't even rich? Make it make sense. I mean, I'm past. I'm like, I'm not even pissed. I'm real disappointed in just us people in general, because and then what make it so crazy is that people, I didn't watch one tarot reader. She'll carve 10 couples names in one candle. How that
Absolutely
work?
not. Now you mixing
How?
energies. How?
And then you sprinkling stuff into the fire, and then the fire go out, and then you light the fire again. Then you act like you done threw some more magic on it, and then you making this person rich because you trusting into the demonic world. None of it makes sense. And then I'm gonna say this: I done been on somebody else's live. You a seer. You're not even finna say here and tell me that you got 300 people in your life and you're answering free yes and no questions on top of you're doing cash out. you doing Venmo, you doing all these different things. And so you trying to tell me God is standing right there next to you, giving you all these answers. God ain't said God is helping everybody. You think He gonna be standing in one spot and you're able to tell somebody? And like you said, I caught on to that when you was talking earlier. You said people be paying their friends and their families and stuff like that to do reviews and stuff, and that's how they wean people in.
Yes, ma'am. Now, I'm not going to say that God don't have the ability to give information. You got to remember, well, I'm going to
He does.
agree to disagree with you, and I'm going to tell you why. Because there's a couple of angels, and there's a couple of demons that have the ability or they have the power to give people information via divination, right?
Right.
Well, and I don't even call them demons, they're lower angels. So I believe that some people get their information from the divine, and I believe some people get their information from elsewhere.
Yeah, the demonic people.
Me, because I work from the divine, Kim will tell you, she clocks my time because I'll get drained. So if they not getting drained, who they really hearing from? Because it's a real energy work to help people.
Right. 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 And then like even with the wands, I experimented with the wands. I seen one lady, the wands was going the opposite way, and she was telling them one thing and then it was going, it was just it's a mess on TikTok. People are really taking over on TikTok with all this nonsense with the line and the fake terrorists and readers and stuff like that. And then some of the stuff that people be asking, it's personal. I think certain people should get personal readings. I'm not finna sit here. If you call me and you say, is my husband cheating on me? 9 times out of 10, you got to ask that question, your husband, you already know. And that's just how I feel. But let me say this to say that. If you're emotional about it, why would you want to go on live with 500 people telling people your husband cheating on you, and then you break it down crying, and then this how this person get more money out of you?
Thank you. Vulnerability. Guys, listen. Let me tell you something. When people come into my lives, Miss Kim will tell you, the moment they ask me, is my husband cheating? I look to the side for a minute and I think. And then I make them think themselves before they even try to book a reading with me. If you had to ask me, was your mate cheating? 9 times out of 10, they cheating. Your intuition gives you that information already. You didn't even have to verify with me. I make them critically think. If you have to ask me if your husband is cheating, you already noticed some things that changed and some ways that changed about them that said that their interest or the way that they're thinking or how they're feeling is somewhere else. That's why you asked the question in the first place. See, I don't take all them readings all the time. I will
You're
make
not
them
supposed
critically
to,
think.
it'll drain you. That's just like with tarot cards. You were speaking on the playing cards. That's where it initially started. But let me say this: a lot of people don't know that tarot cards have meaning. And when I say meaning, I'm talking about spring, summer, fall. Then on top of that, cards mean years, months, weeks, and stuff. So, and a lot of times I see readers, they be like, "Oh, it's gonna happen next week," but then they've been and pulled a card, and it's 5 years from now. Then that's how they keep getting you coming back because you're like, "Well,
Kim,
oh,
write
you
that
said it was
question down. Where she said, "What are good questions for folks to ask readers?" I'm gonna come to that. Write that question down. I'm sorry, Miss Fifi. Go ahead.
Oh, you okay?" And even with the pregnancy questions, that's a big one too. That's a big one within itself. I'm so old. Everybody want to be pregnant. And they tell you what you want to hear. It's
I'm
ridiculous.
glad you're hitting that
I
because that
don't
was a
answer
major
that.
question in the
I don't answer
comments. So
that
I'm glad
question.
you're
Y'all know
hitting
why I don't answer that
about
question?
it.
Why in the F are you asking me if you are pregnant? Girl, go take a pregnancy test. Girl,
Then okay, prime example. This another one. Is somebody on here looking? They on here asking, "Am I coming into some money?" Yeah, you coming into some money. It's income tax time. Yeah, you coming into some money because you getting paid next week if you working. Make it make sense.
make it make
Y'all
sense.
sitting on here. They sitting on here making these people get them. Y'all paying these people to play in y'all face. Because that's exactly what they doing.
That's exactly what they doing. Come with it. Come with it. Y'all tap the screen if she not lying, y'all. Send some likes. Tap the screen if she ain't lying. Listen.
I'm talking about it don't make sense. And I had been saying, I was like,
Let
I
me
told
send
a
her a
couple of
follow
my
because she
friends.
remind me of Miss Kim right now.
And I said, and I was telling people, I said, I'm finna start going live and I'm finna start putting people on blast because I have did experiments in the past with some of these readers, which I knew was bull crap, but I just want to start giving back to the world and start saving people. Stop giving these people your money for stuff that you already know.
Now here's the.
They be
Let me
asking
say this.
questions, not to cut you off. They be asking questions when I'm gonna get some. When you gonna get some? Call somebody. You could get that when you can't get nothing else. You could get sex when you can't get nothing to eat.
Oh yes, and let's talk about the twin flame readings for people who don't even know
Oh
the
my
difference
God.
between twin flame and
That's a whole
soulmate.
nother
I'm so
story.
sick of them readings. They need to stop flying them around the app. It's getting on my nerves. If y'all don't learn the difference between twin flame and soulmate, sit your booty down and stop doing those twin flame readings until you can learn. Because there is a huge difference between twin flame and soulmate, and it is not the same. Twin flame does
It's
not
not.
mean you should marry that person. A twin flame could be toxic. Please learn.
A twin flame could be a mirror of you and you toxic. So
Exactly.
you want another, you want to date you? Half
Because
the
I
times you don't
don't.
even like yourself. You don't even like yourself.
I'm amazing, but I'm a bit much and I'm bougie. Nope, I don't want another me.
I'm spoiled. I don't want to date another spoiled person because we gonna be broke. I'm glad we
My
doing this,
husband said
and I
we
hope it's helping.
terrible.
And I hope it's, huh?
My husband heard you. He said we terrible.
No, we the truth. Cause this is what we need to do. These people need help. It's too many people out here. I'm talking about, I be sitting back watching people get their money away for some, and then you just keep pointing to this person. This person just keep giving you lies. Man, let me tell y'all something. I done had readers tell me I was gonna get married in 2 years. I ain't damn married.
Let me tell
I
you
done
something.
had
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I hate when they do that. Hold on before you continue. Futuristic readings. Let me help y'all right now. I'm not going to say everybody is a fake. Okay?
No, they not.
Okay? I'm not going to say that, y'all. Stop taking these futuristic readings as they're written in stone. People are reading the energy at the current moment. If you don't never go out and meet nobody, you don't never go out and connect with nobody, you're not going to get in that relationship that they prophesied to you. You don't even leave your damn house. Okay? Certain things that they are telling you, they're telling you what they see at the current moment. If you change the trajectory of your future and that other person also changes some shit, that whole future begins to change. Hello, somebody. So y'all be listening to these people like they're telling you, I mean, the whole entire world, and then you're gullible because it's what you wanted to hear, and now you're paying these people extra money. Listen, I had someone in my live who paid me $25. My readings when I'm on live are $22.22 outside of my website. They paid me $25 and they really wanted to know about this person that they were in love with. They sent me another 25. I said, hold on. Thank you for the generous offering, but I'm the reader to tell you what you need to know and not what you want to hear. Then they booked another reading with me trying to dig into the situation. I got on the phone with the individual after I did the reading with them and said, hey, do not book another reading with me. I am not going to continue taking your money. Use critical thinking, love yourself, treat yourself better, and watch the way that that path is going to work with you and that individual before you even think about reconnecting because you got to deal with self first. And they said, okay. They said, okay, I didn't mean to reach out to you. I'm so concerned about it. I'm all up in my mind. I'm all up in myself at the current moment. And I'm upset because they're talking to these other people, etc., blah, blah, blah. I said, that shouldn't matter. Y'all not together. Y'all stop wanting these people that y'all not even in a relationship with. Work on yourself and call forth a manifestation of what belongs to you. Stop trying to take other people.
Let me
That's
tell y'all,
negative energy. Y'all doing the most.
this is another experiment that I had.
Go ahead, Fifi,
It was
and
a
then I'm
reader.
gonna let Miss Aries Witch talk.
Okay, after I say, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let her talk.
Go ahead.
I had one reader, right? She told me I was gonna meet a man online. Said his wife was deceased. He was gonna ask me to marry him, and he had a daughter. Let me tell you how the demonic forces be working. Do you not know? After that lady told me, I kid you not, I had over 10 men on TikTok that messaged me that wife was deceased, and they all had daughters, and they all was the same sign. She
Mm-mm.
did that.
She did that.
Readers, they have that much time on their head that they'll tell you something and make a fake page and have you thinking that this is the person you're supposed to be with. 10 different men.
Yes, because what she doing is she reaching out to people and having them send messages out to y'all.
Right.
And they do that. Oh, y'all don't think that they do that? Hold on. Let me give y'all some information real quick. I did a reading on live helping someone, right? Someone else reached out to a couple of those people that I reached out to, trying to act like they were me to get more money out of them and information. I've also had other people that are my clients have been reached out to other people saying that I sent them and I did not. Yes, these people be doing this, y'all. These people scam in any way, shape, form, or fashion because they are trying to pull on your vulnerability, guys. We have to strengthen.
Mm-hmm.
You have to build that wall, that shield. They're trying to put. They couldn't pull on Miss Fifi. She already knew better. She was like, "Girl, bye." They can't pull on Miss Kim. Miss Kim, me and Miss Kim, we used to run a church. She used to run her own church or a pastor for over 20 years. I did it for 8. I'm an ex-first lady. So I'm about 16 years in the game of helping people. No, we're not gonna be gullible. There's even scammers in the church.
Oh,
Because, oh wait, we're gonna
and
come
be
back to that.
prophesizing. That's a whole different subject within itself. Be prophesizing, they be giving you dates and everything.
Let me tell y'all something. Divination. Let me get out a definition of divination real quick. Let me pull out my definitions, my definitions, because since y'all want to say, God will suffer a witch or not to live, let's deal with divination, because all of it's divination, all of it, including the church. It's the practice of seeking knowledge of the future of the unknown by a supernatural force, whether it's God, the angels, whomever. You're getting this information from a supernatural force that no one can see. It's all divination. Go ahead, Miss Aries Witch.
Hello, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. This has been really interesting listening to all of you. I've actually come in this live a couple of times, and I'm like in the like comments like fuck yes. Anyway, I wanted to share a couple of things that I sort of notice with like just readers or fake tarot readers is that they have a script, and
Please
if you
request
sit
to come
in
up if
there,
you guys want to
um,
come up. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
if you sit in their lives long enough, you'll find that they will say the same thing to people very differently. So it's almost repetitive, like over and over and over again. So they'll say, like, I can see that you've got someone coming in, and he's the King of Cups or Page of Cups. And I'm like, oh, anyway. So that's one thing. Another
Mhm.
thing is as well is people who use like pendulum or something similar, ask them who they're connecting with. Who are they connecting with? Are they connecting with their higher self? Are they connecting with spirit? What are they connecting with? Because you can actually manipulate the pendulum and the rods by what you think and the
Mhm.
brain, like the waves that go down your arm. And I think this is something that people don't understand. You can hold
Well,
a
you knew
pendulum
when I
very,
showed
very
them that
still.
last week. When I showed them if
Did you?
you're not careful, when you can actually move the dowsing rod,
Yeah,
but if they hold them a
yeah,
certain way, you can tell that they're not moving it and that it's just energy. I showed them that last week because they was like, "What? Yeah,
yeah.
you can. They can manipulate that." Hmm.
Oh yeah, and when they're going for it, right? When they're like answering like question after question, I'm like, damn, you're really connected, girl. Like you are so connected. Look at you. You're like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. I'm like, wow. Wow, like you're really connected.
That is not connected.
Um,
That is a freaking scam.
no.
That is fake. Let me tell y'all something. Miss Kim and even tell y'all I can't do yes or no questions because I take my time and
Mm-mm.
really connect to what the issue is for the individual, that I can't even give you a yes or no answer. I can give you what I hear. I give you what I
Yeah.
personally hear. And when I tell you, when I tell most people, they're like, "Whoa, first of all, I didn't even ask all that."
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
how you know
Yeah.
it's real. How you
Um.
gonna yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no so easily? Who's teaching you? You just answering questions and collecting dollars.
Yeah. Mhm.
Really quickly, I do think someone is screen recording. That's why there's such a bad echo. Because you were in a question in the comments saying, "Why is there such a bad echo?"
Who's being
Normally, it
recorded?
comes from someone who's really not supposed to be in here, and they're screen recording. So that's why the echo is so bad with everybody being mute. But it's okay. I got my eye on them.
I am also screen recording because I put these on YouTube, guys. So I'm sorry.
Right. But if you're screen recording and they're screen recording, that's where the echo is going to come from. Yeah.
Uh.
So you screen recording is not causing the echo. It's someone else, and it could be multiple people screen recording. That's what causes the bad
Okay,
echoes.
got you.
Yeah. So we
For
can't
those,
control that, unfortunately, everyone.
I mean, they can screen record all they want to. I'm coming for you. Bop,
Yeah.
bop, bop. We don't
Yep.
care. Um, for those who say it's all a scam for money, let me help y'all. It's not. Because if you're going to say it's all a scam for money, I'm a spiritual life coach. I'm not going to sit up here and take my 25 hours. I'm not going to take my 10 and 12 hours away from my husband, my children, my family, and not get paid for my time. The same thing for a Reiki healer, a witch, a master, a tarot reader, etc. You are supposed to get paid for your time because you're for profit. You are not a nonprofit organization like a church. The pastors and the church and ministers should also get paid for their time, whether they're making singing, music, videos, books for you guys, etc. They should get paid for their time, right? Even though they're a 501c3 organization, they can still accept those offerings. It's about when people exploit it beyond repair. It's about when the church decide that they want to be like, oh, $2,023, I hear it in the atmosphere. Or when you got the readers coming in here talking about, uh, give me $44.44 for a reading, and they only talk to you for 2 minutes.
Mm.
That's the
Yeah.
problems I'm talking about. The Reiki healers who hasn't even checked their own energy, and now they put negative energy on you and you feel sick. And they don't even know what they're doing. The witches who is around here doing incorrect magic and jinxing your whole entire life because they don't know what they doing. That's what I mean by the fake people, y'all. From the church to the witch house, all the way. I'm talking all
I
spiritual,
just
all things
seen
spiritual.
I just seen somebody in the comments talking about why y'all some haters. We not no haters. We trying to figure out why everybody want to be stupid and get their money away, and then y'all want to play with all this demonic stuff, and then get y'all energy mixed up with everybody else, and then wonder why your life is in chaos. We trying to help people. It makes no sense. How you gonna get mad because we want to help somebody?
I
Yes,
think the
please
other thing
request
as
to bring
well
it
is
up.
I
Please
feel
request to
people
bring
need
it up.
to take some responsibility for themselves. And when you're going to get a reading from someone, it's guidance, right? So you're seeking guidance. Sit in their lives for some time before you go and give your money away.
And
Because
I
I can
allow
tell you
people to
one
do that.
thing,
Yep.
I hardly do love readings, guys, straight. If someone comes to me, I've literally told someone who subscribed to my lives, I'm sorry, I can't read for you no more. I know, and I send this with love. I'm like, but you've asked about this man every day, and I cannot be a part of your addiction because I see you in other lives. When I see people skipping, because y'all forget, oh, I'm getting American. Did you hear that? I said, y'all, oh my God. We are all mates, or we're all connected to each other. So I've got a lot of readers that are friends, and we can see when Sally is in our live and their live, and we talk. So just if people are coming in and saying, I want a reading, and it's just a constant thing, I would just say, I'm sorry, I can't be a part of your addiction. I'm here to give guidance. That is what I'm
Exactly.
passionate about. I'm really not interested in validating someone. So
Y'all
yeah.
heard that word she said? Y'all heard that word she said?
Validate.
Addiction. Addiction. Y'all
Addiction.
are addicted to wanting to hear what the fuck you want to hear. Excuse my language. I'm not doing no readings today, so I'm gonna talk like me. Y'all are addicted to hearing what the fuck you want to hear. That's what make y'all pay these people. That's what make y'all lose y'all mind over this. And y'all want to talk, people want to talk about, oh, how fake this is. Listen, if you go to the pastor for help, you need guidance. If you go to a reader for help, you need guidance. If you go to a healer for help, you need guidance. If you go to a life coach for help, you need guidance. Transformation coaches. There are so many different type of coaches. Therapy. All of it is helping someone, because at the current moment your mind is mumbled and jumbled and you don't know what to do and where to go, so you're asking for help. But don't get gullible, guys. Don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm with her. I'm not gonna be a part of your addiction, child. Get
All
up
I'm
out
gonna
of
say
here.
is, all I'm gonna say is, you want to get mad at a nigga lying to you, but then you ain't mad about this reader lying to you. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. You can keep screwing around with this dude who you know screwing around with Sally and Tom, but you want to be mad at a reader. You want to be mad at a life coach. You want to be mad at a pastor, whatever. Stop being mad at these people. Either you need help
Yep.
or you don't. And if you feel like you're beyond needing help, then you should be helping other people. Ain't that what we supposed to be doing in this world?
Yep.
Get out there and help people
And
instead
it,
of complaining about the ones that really are.
and then too, y'all need to start paying attention to the ones that say donations, or the ones that just charge a little bitty money. Let me tell you something. When you are spiritual connected, your energy is everything. You think I'm finna let you kid? You think I'm finna let you pay me $2.22 to pull on my energy?
Yes.
555. And then this how they get you. They use spiritual, they use angel numbers. 10, 10, 12, 12, 22, 555, 444. And then y'all think because it's an angel number, it means something. They send it just playing in your face.
Now, wait a minute.
Literally.
I use angel numbers because I love angel numbers. But when you go
I ain't
on my
talking about
website,
you. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about these
no,
fake
no,
ones. They
that's
love
what
that
I'm going to tell you. You
222.
told them people were talking $2.22. If I
You think you finna pay me $2.22 for me to tell you what your mate sign is, when he coming to you, when y'all gonna have a baby, and when you gonna get married? It don't make sense. You just
no,
bought her
Yeah.
lunch money for the next day.
correct. Exactly. So y'all need to pay attention to that, because listen, there are some people who don't believe in charging, like Miss Fifi here, right? She helps people at her own expense when she can, not for a living, right? The people who actually do this for a living, right? Us spiritual life coaches and Reiki healers, masters, witchers, etc. We don't always know what type of energy you motherfuckers got. You think we gonna sit up there and put ourselves under a predicament of possibly fucking ourselves up for some little ass money? I just wanna talk about it, because if I had a place where people could come see me in person, my prices would be higher. Because I don't trust your energy. You could touch me and put a spell on me.
Right.
And now I gotta protect myself and my family. You can decide to take my picture off this app and think you want to put a spell on me. You think I'm going to put myself in a predicament for your little $2? I'm with her on that. I get it. This is why I do half free and half paid all the time, because I'm gonna help you. But I'm also worth my hire because I am helping you with your life issues. Use y'all discernment with these people, y'all. Because if y'all don't use y'all discernment, you just losing your money for nothing. And now y'all all think everything is fake because of the wide range of fake readers on this app. Since people think we hating. Miss Kim, was there a question? I want to bring a couple of people. I'm gonna bring one more person in, but is there a question that you've seen that we want to answer while we have the three of us here? The four of us here.
Yes, but before I do that, I wanted to say this because I did see this comment a few times. Can y'all mute, please? Ms. Fifi, can you mute? Okay, thank you. This comment was written over and over and over and over. Someone said, if you are a true reader, you do not have to use tools.
No.
Let me explain something to you. As a former pastor, we use tools.
Thank
So
you.
in case you don't know what those tools are, they were called the Bible, it was called oil, it was called incense. It was called the prayer cloth. We use all kinds of tools in the church. So how can you sit here and say that true readers don't need tools? It is not true. They may not need them.
You may not need
but
them, but we use them.
Exactly. But they are still useful. They are useful tools just as well as the tools that they used in the church.
And I'm going to piggyback off of that. Let me tell y'all something. As a reader, if we do not use tools, have some sort of candles around us and crystals and stuff for our energy, we are expounding all of our energy to you with no vessel, no cards or anything to put that in. How long you think that person gonna last doing readings? Because they're not using no tool. They have nothing to put their energy in. Why do you think pastors even have shawls or robes that they use when they do certain events and stuff? Witches have robes that they use for rituals. Everybody has something that they use. It's a part of energy. It's all a part of energy, guys.
Exactly.
Come on. They all have tools. She ain't lying. Y'all mad at her? Oh well.
And guess what I did when I got done prophesying to you? I went home, I took a bath, and I fasted for 3 days.
I just seen a question in his live. Somebody said, does spell work? No. Y'all need to leave them spells alone.
Wait.
Spells is karma.
Wait. There's some
I wouldn't say that, Fifi.
There's some protection spells. So
I'm talking about the ones that they doing on here.
Oh yeah, leave them people alone. Because I don't.
Leave these people alone that's on here.
Live. You shouldn't be. Okay? First and foremost, she right. But I wouldn't say spell work is all bad because it's about manifestation. Think about how many times y'all wished on your candle for your birthday and got what you wanted. Think about how many times you wish that you was going to get the job that you're getting ready to go to an interview on and you got it immediately. It's like a low-key placebo effect. It's you putting it into the atmosphere. It's energy. Okay?
Yeah.
But watch these people on this app because first of all, spell work is very sacred. Your meditations, your offerings, all that shit's very sacred. Nobody should be doing anything live on this app.
Amen. Listen, that's what I was talking about. It's the spells that I'm seeing that's on live with sprinkling shit on the candles, carving 10 and 12 names in one candle. Stop buying the money candles. Stop doing the. And another thing, please, it's so many people on here that's doing love spells. If that man don't want you, get you somebody else. Do not pay nobody to get somebody to love you. If you got to get somebody to pay to love you, that means you don't love yourself. It starts with you. That's how you gonna track what you need in your life. You think I'm finna pay somebody to call my name in the
spells are just like prayers. I'm gonna need y'all to learn something. Did y'all know Jesus did magic? Do you know the original story from the Israelites? Y'all just know that Christian Bible,
they don't.
King James. You don't know your original story, do you?
They don't.
Here with that.
They don't.
Come on, like I'm gonna need y'all to learn. Don't make me school y'all. Ain't nobody judging in here. We're trying to help people. And if you got a problem with a group of people trying to help people, then baby, you're the problem. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm not
All
talking to
right, I do
nobody
have a question.
disrespectfully. I will not talk to people disrespectfully, right? Because I'm a human first. But if you want to come in here and think that I'm being judge, jury, and executioner, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm trying to do is help and educate people because who else doing it?
Nobody. They on here taking advantage of people. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's a lot of vulnerable, weak people in the world. And they taking full advantage of these people. And I just seen somebody in the comment that said the book of Psalms. And she is so correct. The book of Psalms is full of spells. So if you want to do a spell, go read the book of Psalms. But stop letting these people carve y'all names into these candles and freaking. I guess it look like they be sprinkling what is it called? Seasoning salt on the damn candle.
I think like the other thing as well, just with spells and stuff like that. So I'm part Maori, which is like a Polynesian. I'm from New Zealand, um, and so my culture is spiritual. We're not religious, and this is the other
Yeah,
thing
season
that
salt took me out too.
we believe is don't fuck with spiritual people because you do not know who's standing behind them.
You
You do
don't.
not know who's standing behind them, who their ancestors are. I have Rangi Nui, the Sky Father, who I channel, and I pull down, and Papatuanuku from the ground, the earth, and I channel, who protect me. So it's just, yeah, you've got to be very careful with throwing things out at people because you do not know who's standing behind them, their
You don't.
ancestors and things like that, and it's going
You
to bounce
don't.
back at you
Yeah, thank you.
quite
Thank you.
strongly.
Listen, and let me tell
So,
y'all something.
yeah.
How many times have y'all seen people on this app who are part of God's, the people of the book, the I'll pray for you constituents, right? I used to be one, one of a founding member of one. Okay. How many times have you seen the I'll pray for you constituents get on these app and curse people in the name of God? And y'all want to talk about spells and prayers and stuff don't work. How many times y'all seen that? The Book of Psalms is definitely a book of spells because originally Hoodoo and Voodoo, they used the Book of Psalms in their spell work because they had to protect themselves because they couldn't practice their black religion because their black religion was going to put them in the ground when Christianity came in and said, we pushing through. You going to follow this or not or else. So they used Christianity and Catholicism to cover themselves. Voodoo and Hoodoo was never a part of that. Do your research. Do your research. Y'all in here talking mess. Like, do your research. Get mad if you want.
Voodoo is Christianity. Let's go to the question that if you don't mind, that you wanted me to
And
highlight.
then I'm gonna drop one person down so I can. Matter of fact, Aries, Witch, and Fifi, I'm gonna drop y'all down so I can bring 2 more people up. I see 5 requests, but I'm gonna let y'all help answer the question she about to ask.
Okay. What are good questions to ask readers?
Okay, so a good question to ask a reader, and you guys can chime in on this. Go ahead, y'all go first. I would ask them their background. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would ask them how long they've been doing this. I would ask them, what they believe in. If they can thoroughly verify to you what they truly believe in before you get a reading with them, then you'll feel a little bit more comfortable. Like, okay, because people ain't gonna lie to you about their belief. No, we not. Because what we believe in is truly who we are. So ask them because you may not want to get a reading from someone who's a chaos witch. You may not want to get a reading from someone who believes in light and dark. You may not want to get a reading from a Christian witch. You may not want to get a reading from a just regular reader. You may not want to get a reading from someone who works with the lower angels, the demons. Ask them about themselves. Go ahead.
I would say that the most important thing is, yes, asking what their spiritual background is, checking in like what they're channeling. So are you seeking to get guidance from someone who's an energy reader, who reads and feels energy, who feels things, or are you looking to be with someone who's clairvoyant? So what is their skill set?
Yeah,
Like
skills.
mediumships. This is the other thing, is like mediumship is very different to clairvoyancy. They can be one and the same. Like you can be clairvoyant, but you may not have that skill set where you are a medium and you speak to spirit. That's just my belief system. And the reason why is because I'm a developing medium. So I'm a newbie medium. And I know now that I can speak to spirit, it's very different. It's a very, very different. So my psychic abilities, my clairvoyance comes from spirit and my ancestors. And when I speak to past loved ones, which again, now that I can do that, my belief system around that has changed. The way that I get the message is direct. It's very, very different. So really trying to understand what they can do, because speaking to a past loved one, an energy that is past, the messages are very different to your own downloads and that you get from spirit. So just ask them what it is that they do and make sure that they're very clear on what they can and cannot do. Because yeah. And with mediumship as well, like, please know, and this is just my belief, everyone's going to have their own opinion, but I'm a big believer in not reaching when it comes to getting messages from someone that is past, and they must be delivered exactly how you get them, because the message is not for you to interpret, it's for the person that is getting the reading. So it's just, all that.
So, and thank you for that. And before I let Miss Fifi speak, let me tell y'all something in these comments telling me and these ladies who sitting up here that we judging. You can take that rhetoric and you can shove it where the sun don't shine, because there are people on this app who need assistance. And I'm not going to sit back and keep letting people get scammed, harmed, hurt, possibly offed, because they are not watching what is going on. They are not watching the fakes. They're not keeping themselves protected. They're not using discernment. I am not going to sit back and continue to allow that. And if you have a problem with me helping people and think that I'm judging and you're telling me to worry about the witches that do bad spells, baby, I'm protected. These women up here, they protected. Wouldn't nobody get up here and speak who ain't protected? And number one, you come for somebody who protected, that's going to come right back towards you. So enjoy that karma for trying to send something negative my way. Enjoy that karma, because I'm not sending anything negative to anyone. I'm trying to speak facts and I'm trying to help people. You got a problem with that? Oh, you can kiss my beautiful. Go ahead, Fifi. I'm trying to be very respectful. Y'all know I'm very nice and I'm very kind, but y'all in here speaking real outside of y'all neck. Y'all better be
Listen,
dropped y'all.
I see the comments.
I can't even tell you how many of them I've already blocked, but they keep just popping in. But it's okay.
I'm well protected, so I felt the need to come into this live today. And can't nobody do nothing to me. I'm untouchable. I don't care what nobody say. I'm just gonna piggyback off what she said. Y'all need to start doing y'all research and learning these people's backgrounds before you let somebody tap into your energy. And then on top of that, believe it or not, we all of God, majority of us is, and we all have a gift. Y'all just too weak to get in tune with it and don't even trust your own intuition. And a lot of y'all need too much, more so y'all need a lot of confirmation. And that's where the problem comes in. You already be knowing the answer, and then you want to give your money away to pay somebody else to give you an answer that you already know. It don't make sense at all under no circumstances. So do your research and be mindful of who you let tap into your energy. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm done with it. Stop trying to do these magic spells on pregnancies, because if it's meant for you to have a baby, have a baby, and you're gonna have one, and it's gonna be God's will. And on top of that, stop trying to force these men to love you. Stop forcing. And it's men out here that's trying to force women. I'm telling you, I know, I'm familiar with it.
Yes.
Y'all stop doing these love spells on people.
The men that's out here taking women, that's forcing y'all women to love them. Let me tell y'all, they are taking your underwear with your lady stuff in it. Yes. And they are using that against you, because when it comes to adult magic, the S and the X word, you can actually use those secretions as a part of magic. But I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna help y'all.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna come on here time to time with you, and we gonna keep doing God's work, and we gonna keep letting these folks know. Because I swear, I don't know who to get in contact with TikTok. They need to really start banning these people and really start monitoring TikTok because it's becoming overwhelming. Every
It's
time I'm
it's
scrolling,
gonna
that's
be
all you
hard
see.
until, and maybe we'll have to go legal with it, because the problem is there is no government regulation over tarot readers, psychics, mystics, witches. There is no regulations. There should be something that says that you should at least have a business name, you should have insurance, you should have things to protect yourself, and there is information out there that actually states you should have insurance, because you are supposed to advise that what you are telling people are for educational and entertainment purposes only, because they can sue you like they did Miss Cleo back in the day. They can sue you like
Right.
they did other folks back in the day. They can definitely sue you because if you're not saying it's for entertainment and educational purposes only, you will get effed over. So there should be some sort of regulations, but since there isn't, then we just gonna band together and start getting these people up out of here.
Well, you got me on your team because I'm all for it. 'Cause I'm sick of it. And I done did my own experiment, so I already know. I ain't gonna even put nobody on Front Street because I don't have to, because God got the last say so. So I ain't even gotta even mess with nobody. I ain't no hater. You gonna remove yourself by being fake. But it's a lot of fake stuff going on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Um, for the person who just commented, really just entertainment purposes. Entertainment purposes is for the tarot readers. Reiki
Yep.
healers, witches, Reiki healers and spiritual life coaches. We have to say entertainment and educational purposes because most of us have actual certifications that connects us a little bit to the health industry for unconventional therapy and stuff like that. So we have to say both. Okay. For those of you who were confused. Thank you for the 333 who are here. Fifi, thank you for joining and being a part. And Aries Witch, thank you for joining. You are more than welcome to come anytime. We always have conversations on Saturday. I'm going to let two more people in, and it was a pleasure speaking to y'all. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got.
Let me say this really quickly, Miss Cece. For y'all that are in the chat, do not promote yourself. Miss Cece will promote you if she feels like she wants to promote you to her viewers, her followers. Do not promote yourself or you will get blocked.
We will start opening up something where we can have a live for people to promote
Right.
themselves. But I need to talk to y'all first because I want to make sure people aren't using people.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to be the one to just make a decision about that. Miss Kim's going to help me. Miss Fifi's going to help me. I like her spirit. Miss Afro Priestess, Miss Ermion. I have so many people who are going to help with the idea of, okay, are these people good people or not? We're going to do our research before we put you out there before my viewers because I'm not a person who judges. If you have a different belief
Mhm.
system, I don't care, just as long as you're not harming, essaying, misusing, money laundering, and hurting people. If you're doing any of these, we coming for you. You can have a different belief
Absolutely.
system all you want. You start using people, we're coming for you.
I understand you can do spells for peace, but this is not the time and the place to be promoting yourself. Because if Miss Cece gave you permission, I'm quite sure she would have told myself, Oracle, and the other moms. But this is not the place to be promoting yourself.
Exactly. Oh, I'm very peaceful. I'm just hyped today because see, they come in here with the rhetoric, and I'm gonna make sure they get all the information that they need. Okay, so I'm just here to help you guys. Thank y'all so much for joining. I'm gonna add a couple more people in. Okay, I appreciate you guys, and I sent y'all a follow. Well, let me make sure I send Miss Aries Witch a follow. I sent both of y'all a follow. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Okay.
While you're doing it, there was another great question while you're adding new people. Someone said, well, how do you determine what is an average price to charge for readings?
So, it depends on how long you are going to be working with people. Y'all gonna hear a mutual mic, and I'm gonna introduce y'all in just a second. Um, One of the okay, she went down. Let me add someone else in. Let's go ahead with that. Um, You always charge your worth. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome, of course. Always charge your worth, but be careful, right? Don't overdo it. If you're doing it on live, make it a simple number, because you're going to have people coming in who are drawn. They're sitting up in the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning. They're frustrated. They're disgusted. They're drinking. They're doing a lot of stuff that has their mind all over the place. You don't want to be pulling on those people and getting them to give you all your money. Be simple with it. 22, 22, 33, 33, 44, 44. If you're not an angel number person, 20, 40, 50, 60. Keep it under 100 on the live, because there are hundreds of people who are going to want a reading because they're concerned about things in their life. When they reach out to you outside of your life, think about how long you are spending your energy on this person. Are you talking to them for 30 minutes? Are you talking to them for an hour? Are you talking to them for 2 hours? Are you giving them, information for 4 and 5 hours? Then that would base like how much you would want to put per specific hour, or what the type of thing is. If you are helping them, like I just helped another lady with the other day, she did her own removal and cord disconnection. I had her buy the candles and everything on her end, and I read for her and helped her with a disconnect. So if you're doing things like that and you're going deep, you know what I mean? Well, you want to charge a different amount because they're taking your space and time away from you and your family, right? But on the app, keep it under 100, because you don't want to be, you're only talking to people for about maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. So be respectful for the fact that many people are going to be on that roster, especially the bigger you get. You're going to be reading 10, 20, and 30 people on your lives. Why are you overcharging these people when you're only talking to these people for 10 and 15 minutes? Right? So think about that, the difference between that and when they reach out to you outside the app, okay? I'm not going to tell you what to charge. That ain't my business. That ain't my business. Thank you for joining. Cozy Kid always, and Crystal Grid. Cozy, please tell us a
Hi.
little bit, how you feel about this topic, and thank you for joining.
Yeah, no problem. So I actually had like two things to say, and then I had a couple of questions because I was just kind of curious.
Of course, go ahead.
Um, okay, so one, that's when you were talking about the twin flame situation earlier.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think people understand how serious twin flames are. And I met my twin flame without a reader, without anything or anything like that. It just happened naturally. I feel like if you're meant to meet them, you will. If you're not meant to meet them, you just won't. And I've met my twin flame, and your twin flame is not your soulmate. I can't stand when people say that. It really is frustrating because my twin flame is actually, he's a male, and when I met him, and to know how it was like looking in the mirror, and I couldn't stand it. Like, it is no, and it can be absolutely toxic. So like I don't I and I'm not, and when people be like, "Oh, that's your soulmate," it just blows my mind because I'm married, and I'm not married to my twin flame. So that's annoying. That's what I want to talk about first. And then the second thing, I really cannot stand when readers or mediums message me, and or the fake ones like you were talking about before, and they'll be like, "Oh, I have a I saw your name is Phoenix, and I have a because that's my real name," and they'll be like, "Oh, I have a reading for you, and I just want to reach out for you, have a message for you. It's so strong, I need to give it to you." And then they'll be like, "But I also you'll have to pay like $100 and something," and I'm looking like, I know this is a scam. Like, why is it that I don't understand why they think that we're not catching along to it, especially on TikTok. They do
Some
it all
people
the
don't.
time on TikTok.
Some people don't take
Yeah,
along. So, some people are vulnerable. They're going through shit, right?
yeah.
Their mind isn't in the greatest place, and so people are using that as an opportunity to exploit people for money. I don't like it.
Yeah, that too, that bothers me because my content on my TikTok, I talk about mental health because I especially in the black community, because it's not talked about enough.
It's
And I
not.
have yeah, I have OCD. I have harm OCD and organization OCD, and I talk about that. and of course, anxiety and stuff. And it's like y'all are using that from my platform to, because I'm going through stuff, to target me, and that's so not cool. I hate that so much for the fake, the fake tarot readers and the fake mediums. And even like I talk about, my mom passing and stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, I have a message,
That happened to Miss
from
Kim
her,"
about her
and I'm like,
son.
"How
Yep.
dare you?" Yeah, I'm like, "How dare you?" And then my question also that I wanted to ask you
Yes.
was, when you do like a reading, or okay, so my first question is, are mediums and readers or tarot readers or etc., are they all different? Like, they're not the same, right?
So the actual definition for medium is not just talking to the dead. A tarot reader is a medium. Okay, but people, the new age community uses the word medium for people who talk to the dead. The original meaning of medium is basically being able to channel, being able to receive, information from the divine, etc. Like you have a means of doing or connecting beyond what people can see, right? Mediums in general nowadays are people who talk to the dead. That's what they consider a medium for, completely and wholeheartedly. Um, and mostly the tarot readers and mediums are two different people, and there are some people who have connections to both. And so a
Okay.
medium, a person who speaks to the dead, can also be a reader, can also be a Reiki healer. It depends on where their knowledge comes from, if they did any classes, if they learned from grandma, auntie, whatever. So it just depends. It's all a
Okay.
gift.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. And then I also had one more question and then a statement, then I'm done.
Okay.
My other question is, when you do a reading or a session with somebody virtually, as opposed to in person, is it a different connection you feel? Is it a different energy you feel from that individual or from the spirit that's reaching to that individual?
Oh no, it's exactly the same for me, because when you go into speaking to a reader, and actual, because, well, number one, outside of me being a reader, I'm a seer. And so I can talk to you before even pulling a card, because you have opened yourself to me by asking the question, etc., things of that nature. We feel that energy, right? So the energy only gets more thick if the person in front of you is also carrying like a heavy spirit of feeling a particular energy. The energy can be thick on that end from that individual, but it's no different than when you do the virtual. I do it by Zoom. And some other people have different platforms where they do theirs. So no, the energy is not really different. It's just you can feel their energy more in person.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That makes sense.
And then I'm a
And then
spiritual life coach. And so outside of the readings, I give them tips, I give them information, I make them think critically. I do things a little different. I don't just do your reading and then say bye.
yeah, that makes sense. And then my last thing that I was gonna say was, I tend, when you were talking about earlier, where the people who be like, they'll pray for you, but then they'll get on like social media and stuff, and they're completely different people and stuff like that. Um, I feel that same way. Like, I always tell people, especially when they're upset, and they'll be like, "I'll pray for you," or it'll just be people who just be like, "I'll pray for you" in general. I tell people not to pray for me. Please do not pray for me. Please do not pray for me, because I don't know your energy. I don't know.
That,
I don't know who you're praying to.
that right
I
there.
don't know what your belief system is. I don't know none of that. Do not pray for me. Like, I am good without you doing that. And I don't think people understand that, because like, I want to protect my energy at all costs. Like, I don't even hug certain people or shake certain hands, because I don't know what energy you'll have to rub off on me, and I'm not about to attach myself
Tell Ruby to
to
come here.
anything that you have.
Listen, I'm gonna piggyback off of what she just said. Y'all got a right to tell people that you don't want prayer. I don't know who told you that you had to accept any old body laying hands on y'all. When I was in the church, I watched someone lay hands on a woman, and the woman went blind the next day. Oh, hello, somebody. She went blind the next day, and the doctors told her, "Oh, it was because of your sugar diabetes. It got worse, etc. This, that, and the third. It got worse. Okay, I was fine before so and so touched me yesterday. What you mean? Why
Mm-hmm.
am I blind tomorrow?
Yep. Yep. And my
Okay,
mama always said, like, especially in church,
and that's the
because
church,
I
but
did,
y'all won't talk about us.
yeah, yeah, I grew up Christian, but I don't identify as Christian anymore. But I grew up
I don't
Christian, and in the church, my mama used to always tap me, and like if somebody was speaking in tongue or something, she always be like, um, she would always be like, sweetheart, not everything that people do or say when they're speaking in tongue is from the right energy. Not everything is God. Not everything is what it may be portrayed as. So like I've always like that's one thing too. Like I always watch out for stuff like that, and
Mhm.
just like I said, just try to protect my energy, because you don't know, and everybody believes in different things now and all types of stuff. So I just try to protect my energy, and I would never want to wake up and lose something because I decided to let somebody lay hands on me or something. Like I can't.
Mhm. Y'all got to be careful. That's important. Thank you for coming in and telling us how you feel, honey. I appreciate it.
Thank you
Chris,
so much.
of course, come here anytime, every Saturday. It's always every Saturday between 11:30 and, well, y'all just bear with me. I'm working on this time. Life get busy. Crystal Grid, tell us how
Too
you feel.
busy. Before you let you go, can we ask one question, please?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Um, Someone said, uh, "Are ghosts just simply demons?"
No.
Mm,
Ghosts, most of the time, are people who have not transitioned. Now, you may not have a belief in the beyond, those who are here, or anyone who may have asked that. Sometimes people, if they have left this earth before their time, if they were taken out in some way, shape, form, or fashion that took them out before their time, etc., or they still felt like they had more to do on this earth, sometimes people don't do good with transitioning into the afterlife. They will still roam the earth like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Where am I? Why am I dead? I can't be. I still had more shit to do. So no, the ghosts are not demons. You would know a demon or a lower angel if you've seen them. And angels ain't pretty either. I'm gonna tell y'all that, but okay.
yeah,
Uh,
that part.
but go ahead,
Okay.
Crystal Grid.
Hi, love. Thank you so much for letting me. Hi.
Of course,
Yeah, so this is a very interesting topic. Um, I aim to be as respectful as I can with my intentions and with communicating with you
of
because I
course,
believe in having respectful conversation, whether it's a debate or a belief system.
I do too.
Um,
That's why I have these
so
conversations.
I recently decided to stop reading tarot. So I've been reading tarot for many years. I've been doing it intuitive advice work with people. So it started with coaching, and then the intuitive stuff kind of came with the tarot. But I just got this loud message straight from source or from spirit or from God, because God speaks to me directly. And that's where I believe that my intuition comes from. It doesn't necessarily come from praying to unseen entities, because I think in the spiritual community, there's a lot of deception in New Age. Wherever you are, like you said, there's good to have good discernment with people who have good intentions. So whether it's someone sending you negative energy through evil eye, or just someone not loving you, right? Because that's what it's about. It's about love. So where are we trying to get here with religion or with the New Age community? I feel like there needs to be a new bridge
It does. I agree.
of respect. And yeah, with me, I just feel like to me, tarot was just very exhausting on my energy. And
Okay.
whenever I engaged with tarot, I felt like it was bringing energies in my life that I didn't like.
Okay.
So yeah, I just wanted to,
I could agree with that, and I
and if you have
respect
any
you
other
for coming
questions,
in to say that, because it really isn't for everybody. It really isn't for
mm,
everybody. So I would definitely agree with what you just said. You do have the right to walk away from something if it doesn't work for you. Just like I had the right to walk away from church because it was toxic for me, right? So everyone has a right to find what works for them and doesn't work for them. But like he said, we do need to start bridging the gap and understanding that it's all about love in the first place. You guys get judgmental in the comments and you're mad that there is people out here trying to help people and we're trying to educate people. But let's stop looking at all that. Actually look at the fact that who is really out here trying to help the masses. Where's the love? Where's the understanding? Where's the respect? Y'all, folks don't have that no more. You judge everybody for being a reader, for having crystals, for being a part of church, for wearing your hair a different color, for wearing, I mean, y'all judge for everything. Where's the love at anymore? It ain't nowhere to be found. Go ahead, Crystal.
No, that's a beautiful point. Thank you for sharing. I don't have anything to say to that actually, unless you have questions.
Okay. What when you I want to ask you a little bit about this because when you stopped reading, was it some of the decks that you were using that you felt maybe had a bad spirit connected to it that made you be like, okay, no, this isn't for me? Okay.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I initially had the Rider-Waite deck many years ago. That was a gift, and then I threw that away. And then I ended up going back to reading tarot because I thought that was my gift. That was my calling, right? I just wanted to help people. I wanted to delve into counseling and then use tarot as a subconscious reflective tool. But one thing I noticed is that with any kind of tarot reading, because I've been doing live nearly every day for 6 months on here, and I found that the tarot would aggravate addictions and lust. It's that devil energy that would come through any kind of message, even the Ace of Cups. Now people think that if you pull the Four of Wands, that your twin flame is around the corner. You know, people are being sold lies left, right, and center in the spiritual community. And I think there is a lot of deceptive energy in the spirit world. And I think when people just kind of go from channeling, not really knowing the energies they're connected with, there are entities that you can attach yourself to. And I've been practicing all kinds of psychic protection throughout the year, and now I work with Jesus Christ and the violet flame, and that I'm working with God. I don't feel the need to smudge consistently or collect crystals. I've got like 20 bracelets I usually wear, right? And they just don't do anything for me anymore.
Okay.
I think we need to, as well, putting tools on a pedestal. And that also includes people, because if we can directly connect with God or with Source, we don't need to use divination, is what I feel. With respect to anyone who decides to use it. Personally, for me, I do think that tarot can be very deceptive based on my experiences. I've probably done over
Sorry, sir.
15,000.
Give me a second. I'm sorry. Hey, Miss Lee, can you mute yourself for a second? Because it's kind of help. I'm messing with the echo.
What he basically was saying, famous beauty, mute yourself, baby. Pretty please. What he was saying was you should be able to connect to source. Stop putting crystals on a pedestal. Stop putting tarot and other forms of divination on a pedestal. Connect to source yourself. If you feel you need the guidance and advice from other people because you feel lost, that's okay. But he's saying you should be able to connect yourself without the help of tools, is what he's saying.
It's exhausting. Yeah, thank you. It's actually, I feel like it's very disempowering to actually, because when you do this, the same with people, and that's why I love what you're doing here too, because you have this beautiful love about you that shows that you want integrity, and there is a lot of scammers out there.
Thank you.
Right? There's people telling you that you have a mental disorder and you need to pay them $1,000 to cure the curse. That is evil. That is not love. That is not right. And also for me, it's like, it's still echoing, by the way, but I personally don't feel like I want to sell information from people. I don't want to gatekeep information. And I love what you say about time and energy, because I also felt like I wasn't being paid my worth. But I still feel like there's energy and love that needs to get expressed through channeling or through collective messages in some way. And I think we need to build something more community based on a collective level. And I do think that people that are genuine healers who want to help the world, there will be a distribution of finances, is what I get. And I don't necessarily want to do psychic readings. But I think when God sees everything, is what I'm saying. When you have a pure heart, whether or not you believe God or the universe, it doesn't really matter. God loves you all, is what I'm saying. And that's what it's about. I think love is consciousness, and there's no point debating like whether it's religion or Christianity or New Age. Like you can see, it's like with Muslims and Christians, they don't fully see each other as brothers and sisters because they think there's a separate God, and that itself is not God. God doesn't separate. So that's just why I really wanted to join this to share that with you. So thank you for listening.
No, thank you for being here because you're speaking the same thing that I've been speaking since I started on this app. Every time I come on here Saturday, I tell people, listen, I don't care what you believe in or have a lack thereof. It doesn't matter. We should all be respectful. We should all be loving. We should be kind. And whatever floats your boat, great. Whatever floats my boat, awesome. Don't try to push your belief system on me, and I shouldn't try to push my belief system on you.
Yeah, thank you. And one thing else I want to add in regards to like crystals and tarot is if you look closely at the past life thing, right? Is people are like, I was Jesus in a past life, I was Cleopatra. Well, only one of you is telling the truth if that's the case. And it's like, I think people are being deceived by demons. They are being deceived by entities. And suddenly people are reading into everyone's soul history when they've been reading tarot for 5 minutes. It's just not giving truth. It's illusion and it's deception. And a lot of it is ego. The ego is trying to give validation to your existence, right? If I was so and so in this past life, if reincarnation exists, then why does it matter? Who you are now, you should be more empowered, right? You should be more healed or more gifted or more connected to God through the past experiences. So, and I think it's like people go around telling people like you're a starseed, you're from this planet, and I'm thinking, no, I'm not actually. So I don't know where you got that information from. So it's just constant delusion. And I think this is why people have trust issues with spirituality because integrity is so rare that you have to dig for it. Like it's just not in your face,
Thank
you know?
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. The big thing right there, integrity. Listen, before I go to the next person, I'm very integral about what I do. I sit here for hours upon days and let you guys book free calls with me before you ever book a reading with me. And I will talk to you about your issues. I will counsel you. I will give you advice. I will tell you how you're not critical thinking. If you decide you want to ask about spell work, I will tell you how to be careful because you shouldn't be doing certain shit without doing your research. People ask me all the time, where do you get your knowledge from? I don't gatekeep the knowledge that I know. There is a link in my bio for y'all to book rare ebooks from across the world from the 1500s, 1600s, or more. For you to get the same knowledge that I have, I don't act like I'm better than any of y'all. Integrity is important. We all have access to the same knowledge. You just have to put yourself in a predicament to get the knowledge you need. Nobody's better than nobody. Nobody. And the fact that people automatically assume that they're better than people, or y'all start praising celebrity witches and celebrity tarot readers and stuff, like they're Beyonce and they're this and they're that, y'all don't even realize some of the people y'all praising do glamour magic to pull gullible people towards them in the first place. Where's the integrity, guys? He's
It's a
right.
siphoning of energy. That's the correct point.
It's energy. Y'all let these people pull on y'all energy instead of drawing to what you feel comfortable with, instead of learning from who you feel comfortable with learning from, instead of researching yourself. When I researched and I learned about spirituality, when I left church, I sat up for hours upon days. Coffee, energy drinks, computer, tablets, books, trying to understand the difference of what Christianity did not want people to know. I dug. I didn't move into spirituality because it was a fad. Your intuition, like she said in the comments, has to be your best guide. Learn and pay attention, guys, and have integrity and walk in love. Because some of y'all out here giving readings to people while y'all talking to people out the side of their neck, talking about they illiterate, they this, they that, and cussing them out. How you think somebody gonna want a reading from you? See, I told y'all earlier y'all wasn't paying attention because some of y'all was coming in here talking out the side of y'all neck. You ain't gonna never catch me in my lives when I'm doing readings talking to people out the side of my neck. Why? I don't want spirit to smack me upside my head because I'm mistreating y'all. What? We're all God's children. All of us. No matter what belief system we have, we are all God's children. Dragged you, the spirit dragged you kicking and screaming. Yes, we didn't choose this life. Yes, you can put your questions down in the bottom and then Kim will bring them up for people and then we'll bring more people up who want to come up and talk. I'm sorry, go ahead, Crystal. Crystal, say whatever else you would like to say and then I'm going to let Famous Beauty speak.
No, I love you. Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you for being respectful as well with me. And yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. For those who are asking about readings, this is not a reading live. You would have to click the link in my bio, book a free call with me, or book a reading from in my bio. But this is not a reading live. I know some of y'all follow me for that, but I'm having a conversation for today. But if you feel led, book a call with me, send me your number and information, and I will reach out to you. I don't like to always do readings until you talk to me first, so I can know specifically how you are, what you want a reading for, and if I can help you. If I can't help you, I'm going to redirect you. I don't do everything. And somebody who tells you that they do everything is a god dang on lie.
God does everything, right? Most high.
No one does everything. So don't fall for it, guys. Famous Beauty, hi. Thank you for joining.
Before we do Famous Beauty, we have a really good question in the comments. I think we should answer while we still have Crystal as well.
Crystal,
How do you know if
Crystal, don't drop down. Hold on, Kim.
Crystal?
No, hold on, Miss Kim. We're gonna let Famous Beauty speak, and then all of us can answer
Oh,
a
okay.
really good question. Go ahead, Miss Beauty.
Hey, sweetie, how are you?
I am wonderful, highly favored. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So, I don't know how you came on my live, but something just popped up, and you just like, bam! I've read fake tarot readers, Reiki healers, and witches, etc. I said, let me sit here and listen to this. I'm listening for at least about 2 hours of what was going on. Is there an echo?
No, you're good. I'm screen recording for
Okay.
YouTube, so that might be the echo.
Oh, okay. So, everything you're saying and the women that were on there was correct. The only thing that I did not agree, that I got a little offensive by, is that I forgot her name. It started with F-E, but I mean, she was on point with everything. But the only thing I did not agree with was that being weak when you have that ability. I per se, I don't feel like I am.
What is she saying?
I'm more so scared, okay? Because mine comes in dreams. My stuff always came in dreams. And when I see it, I don't really say anything. I just see if it's actually true. Okay? The dreams are real. I don't like the demons. The first time I ever heard something speak in my ear was over my friend's house, and it sounded like some garbled message, and it scared the heck out of me. Now, I know her family was going through a lot of stuff, and I wish I was not there at that time because it was some hateful stuff that was going there. But something told me to stay there to just protect her. But I did not like what I was hearing in my ear. Can I remember it? No, because I was at least about 15, 16 years old. But I know it was some garbage message that was like, I could feel the breath on my neck, in my ear, and it felt nasty. Okay, so then that scared the heck out of me. And then my kids, they have it, but I never taught them to use it because I was so scared of it. Like my son, when we moved to Hinesville, Georgia, he saw a kid in a tree that fell and was drowning in water, in a house that we lived in. I looked it up. The land that that the house was built on was nothing but water. It was a lake. Nothing but, where, back in the day was just in Georgia, it was nothing but, little waters and stuff that everyone played in. And my son will always keep on saying that he see it. And I feel bad because I would tell him, no, babe, you don't. No, you don't. But he would literally tell me, yes, I do. And I see him and I'm seeing it over and over again. So I said, okay, baby, okay. All right. Let me tell you this. So I told him the gifts. Then my daughter started having it. And then my other daughter started having it. Then my other son started having it. And I started teaching them, but I didn't teach myself. I didn't want them to be afraid like I was afraid, because I was protecting them as a mother, because I didn't know what I was up against.
Mhm.
As far as doing spiritual work, I'm going to tell you something that I regret to this day now.
What's that?
Is that I did some spiritual work. I'm talking about some stuff that you should not sit there and do unless you know exactly what you are doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing and how to protect yourself after you do it, that shit comes back on you.
There you go. Hold on. Before she continues, let me tell y'all something. Baneful magic will put you in a predicament if you're not clearing yourself properly before you think you want to return to sender and all of that. She's not lying. Go ahead.
That comes back on you 1,000 times. Let me tell you something. I was in love with this guy, and this guy left me for a stripper. Yes, he did. He left me for a stripper because he said I was too pansy. I was not a strong woman that knows how to fight and all this other stuff. So when I found out that they was getting married, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did. And my kids caught me, and I told them to get out the kitchen. I mean, I yelled at them, and then I had to go back and apologize. So let me tell you what I sat there and did. I went to a supermarket, a real meat supermarket, and I got a cow's tongue. And then I got every ingredient that I needed, along with rusty nails that I was pulling out the house that was rusty. And I'm up there and I'm thinking, and I mean, I poured my whole heart into it. And then I printed out both of their pictures, stuffed it in that tongue along with everything I got. I mean, I'm talking about all the energy that I got. Sold it up so good. And then I took it to a graveyard. I took it to a graveyard at night on a full moon. And I dug a grave because what I did was walk around all these graves until one of them made me feel like this is where I want to bury it at. And I buried that tongue there. I buried that cow's tongue there. Let me tell you something. A week after they sat there and got married, they weren't together no more. But that's what I wanted. But what I didn't want was no one want to be with me either. And I did not know why I could never hold a relationship, because it was coming more and more to where no one wanted to be with me. They just wanted to F. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
But they didn't want to be with me. And it was years and years and years until I figured out I need to start cleansing myself.
Hold on one second. Famous. Miss Beauty, did you ritually do that correctly? Did you leave an offering at the graveyard? Did you light candles? Did you do certain things?
I did light candles and I sat there and I chanted.
Did you leave
and then
an
I called
offering
on.
there? Did you leave an offering? If you don't leave an offering for the spirits, if you're doing any hoodoo and voodoo, and you don't ritually do certain things properly at the graveyard, you're gonna have some backlash.
Yeah, I did everything, but what I did was I felt that it wasn't good enough. So then I sat there and called on Papa Legba, went to the road. I don't know. I see your face now. I went to the we had right, like no
If
more
you
than
gonna
30
call on
feet,
Papa
we had a
Legba,
train.
sis.
We had a train. We had a railroad right there, and I had pennies, baby. I had pennies, and then I called on him and sat there and lit candles there, left offerings. Girl, I left some rum for him. I left everything that said, but I was like, I think I done. You know what? After that, I said, I think I done messed up.
You did
I
mess
think I messed
up.
up.
You did mess up. For those of you who are listening, okay, let me explain something to y'all. When it comes to African spirituality, which is what she's talking about, you have to be very careful because these ancestors, like Papa Legba and the rest of them, were here on this earth before. They're not spiritual beings. They are people who have been born on this earth and died. So they are spirits that can roam this earth. And if you are calling on these particular people and you haven't necessarily put an offering on your altar to bless your ancestors, and you have not been used to working with these people or spirits or entities, I'm gonna need y'all to be very careful. Don't do it.
There,
I don't care.
no,
I
he
don't care
was.
if you
He
got
was.
the 9 pennies to put at the crossroad. I don't care if you got the rum. I don't care if you got their favorite food. Don't do it until you research and understand what you should and should not be doing, because you will bring spirits home with you.
And that's no lie, and that's what I did. Like everything was going to. When I say everything was going to crap, I literally had to sit there and start going through the Bible. I went to Psalms. That's what I did. I went to Psalms, and there was a passage. You know how you flip through it, and then one passage just stick out to you. Girl, I read that faithful. Girl, I was reading that faithfully. I was doing eggs on myself. I was spiritually doing eggs on myself. I was sitting there just doing everything that Psalms told me to sit there and do, and that's what I was doing. And I tell you what, that was the last time that I did anything for myself. And then I came here and I said, I start my life over and everything. Everything is going good. And someone really needed some help with a boyfriend. And I was like, well, since it's not about me, I'll go ahead and do it because it's not about me. Well, the thing is that you got to know the full story, because if you don't know the full story and you don't work on that person, then yeah, it may work, but it's going to backfire a little bit more. And then they come at you and say, hey, this didn't work. Well, what did you do? Well, he pissed me off, and I sat there and yelled at him, and I told him that I had spiritual work done on him. Well, guess what? He does spiritual work too.
You was in a whole bit of a rut with that situation right there. I'm giving you a country voice on that one. Crystal, I saw you getting ready to say something. Go ahead and speak, Crystal Green.
Yeah, I was just praying on this live with the anointing of God and Jesus Christ, because a lot of entities that are trying to come in. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I just feel like any kind of work, any kind of hexing, or any kind of wishing ill intent, even in your thoughts, is playing the devil. You're being deceived by these demonic realms, and I
Now,
just think
Mr.
that,
Crystal Grid, that is your own personal opinion. You got to remember there are people who don't really believe in demons. You do know that, right?
yeah, that's fair to say. But I've seen people and I've had friends that have gone very gentle into reading tarot, and the next minute they're selling candles to hex people. And I think it's people that don't believe in entities. Personally, I just think that you're gonna learn from your own experiences. So
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
they are entities. It's very. Jesus Christ is an entity, just like Papa Legba is an entity. God is an entity. The angels are entities. The demons are entities. That they're all beyond space and time, right? That's very true.
yeah, I just feel like Jesus deserves more credit in the sense that people just consider him as an ascended master, but they don't actually call upon Jesus to cleanse their energy. It's going to be more effective than any kind of divination tool that you could possibly use.
I can't do that one. I'm sorry. I agree to disagree with you. I ran a church for over 8 years. I don't look at Jesus Christ as the ultimate entity, in my personal opinion. And here's why. Because even when I was in church, I was Pentecostal, and so when I taught in church and I did preach the word of God, we didn't believe that Jesus was God. We believed God was the all in all, and God was God. Right. So even coming from Pentecostal to leaving the church for 5 years and then going into spirituality, um, I don't necessarily work with anything beyond God, the angels, etc. I don't even pick a ancestor to really work with. That's not from me. I never felt any power in calling on Jesus Christ. For you, if that power works for you, that's the most respectful thing I can tell you is you are allowed to feel connected to what you believe in and what works for you. For others, that does not work to be fair. To be fair.
Okay, so yeah, that's fair. I mean, to me, it's like this cleansing because Jesus is like pure violet flame energy. So a lot of people do worship entities and Egyptian gods and
Yeah,
so-called angels and entities and unicorns. They're just preying on entities they can't even see. It's more of a hoping thing. And when God speaks to you, God speaks directly to you. It's like a heart truth resonance that you either feel or you don't.
correct.
So it's not my role to convince people. And I think people are very defensive about Jesus due to religion, due
They
to
do.
the way Catholic churches have been hijacked, where people have tried to be pastors and manipulate people,
Yes,
just the
for
way
sure.
people in the New Age community are deceptive. And
I
from my
think Jesus
experience,
was
I
a
feel like
very prominent being in his time. I'm not gonna lie. I would never say that Jesus wasn't who he was. Me personally, knowing the Israelite story versus the story of today's age from Christianity, I think that he's a very prominent being in the spirit realm. I just think people need to stop making it seem like every being that there is the one and only. Like, okay, Jesus Christ is the one and only. Okay, Isis is the one and only. Okay, this person is the one and only. I think that's the main problem that we find in religion and spirituality, instead of understanding that it's all a collective one collective thing of a divine whole, taught differently to every person. And I think that's where we get the misconception.
yeah. Yeah, so I feel like with entities, like as long as people engage in divination, you will most likely bring them into your energy. That's based on what I've seen, and I can see it in people's auras. I'm a clairvoyant, and all my psychic abilities come from
You
God.
still
All
engage
people
in
are psychic.
divination in Christianity, though.
Pardon me?
You still engage in divination in Christianity.
How so?
What's the definition of divination?
Divination is the worship of a physical tool that is not of the Most High.
No,
It's
it's not.
if people burn candles, it's not the same as blowing out your candle on your birthday because that's demonic. Why would you blow a
Okay.
candle out? Why would you put the fire out?
Who
Right?
okay, who
That
told you that divination was a worship of tools?
the way it is in the spiritual community, people literally place their life on
No,
crystals
no, no,
and
no, no.
tarot
We're not
cards.
talking about the spiritual community, Crystal Grid, because the new age religion, we know what they're doing. They're placing their life on crystals. They're placing their life on tools. We get that. I definitely get what you're saying. I'm not talking about what the community is doing. I'm talking about what the real definition is. What is divination? Divination is a practice of seeking knowledge of future and unknown events from by supernatural means. Isn't God, the creator, the all in all, a supernatural force? So how is not working with God or Jesus Christ, etc., divination?
People, but that's the thing. If God is the creator, why are people praying for things and outcomes, whether it's like money or manifestation courses? Most people in the spiritual community are selling you lies.
But
They're
that
selling
is
you things
that's
they
the
don't.
thing. But
They're
people
selling you
will ask
things
you,
they
why
don't
are you
have.
praying to Jesus?
They're selling you things they don't have, and they're working with unseen demonic entities that
Yeah.
people don't want to look at. And these comments are very condescending. Oh, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm someone who literally dedicated my life to reading divination to help people. And I've worked on all kinds of psychic protection tools. I practice light language, all kinds of healing modalities. And even now, when I look at people's energy that call themselves Reiki masters, they are possessed by the devil. Like it's in their energy. And
Do you know that the
it's
devil is only like a Christian term, and that for the original meaning of evil forces was more so of a negative intent. Satan was never something up until Christianity. Did you know that?
I never said I was religious, by the way. You keep
No,
mentioning
no, I'm just
Christianity and
asking
also
because some of the
Jesus.
things you're saying are
Yeah.
kind of Judaish type Christian. So I'm just curious because I like to deal with definitions. I like to go back to the roots of what a word
Yeah.
means and not what society is putting out there. So I'm just asking.
Yeah, people say the devil doesn't exist. A lot of the New Age BS and a lot of the demonic programming is in the New Age community, and people still do not recognize what New Age actually is. It's out there. It's just like the way you see the Grammys, like you said about Beyonce.
Mhm.
There's demons, and people think entities don't exist, and the next minute they go to Hollywood and they sell their soul without realizing it. But they were out there to get a music career. And these bad people out here praying because of these so-called angel numbers. Do you actually know what they mean? Because Google said it says this. Like, really? Does God tell you what it means? And the thing is that most people in the New Age community are stuck in a loop. It's a hamster wheel. If you're out here trying to get somewhere else, you are working with the devil. Your life should be at peace, surrendered into the present moment. It's okay to be ambitious, but if you're obsessed with manifestation, then these are signs that you're working with the unseen entities. And if you don't believe in the devil, then it's lust. And that's
Why
what
would
God
that be
doesn't really
signs
want
that
us to
they're
do
working with the
because
devil if they believe in manifesting a better life for their children and their family and their loved ones?
no, I'm talking about the obsession of these things,
Oh,
manifestation.
okay, okay. Just asking. I was like, I wouldn't think nothing would be wrong to make your life better. I was clarifying and not judging. So what do you believe in specifically?
I believe in God and I don't believe in tarot.
Okay.
People are
Why do
very
you
triggered, and
believe
I
that
think that
Jesus Christ is the
when you
only
come from a
force to be
place of
called on?
honesty, there's people that get triggered by your presence because if you have something that reveals a demonic entity, they don't like it. So people are obsessed with the identity, and in the New Age community, you have people telling you that they are God. Do you know how ridiculous that is? If you are God, please, you could be able to end the universe in a split second. It's BS. You're being sold that you are the God, you are the creator of this universe is a very naive aspect,
But there are
and it
gods
doesn't
and there
pay
are
any credit.
demigods. Why would a person not be able to say that they were God? I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't bother me. But why would someone, if there are gods, there are other gods. If there are demons, there are angels.
Yeah.
There are elementals. There are spirits. There are the dead. There is so many things that are 12th dimensional beings beyond space and time that have nothing to do with the simple things that we know to our minute minds, right? Why would it be wrong for someone to say that?
Yeah.
They're not saying that they are the God. They're just kind of boasting themselves. So why is that wrong?
It's just if you're a human being, then obviously there's a higher power, right? The
Hmm.
Most High. If we're a human being and we have a tree outside that's so majestic, or we have the ocean, why do we think that we are God? If you're the creator, you could create anything. But most people I see in the New Age community is that they're being sold lies all the time.
Okay. Okay, I get what you're saying. And I'm not mad at that. I
Yeah,
believe that
what
people
kind of agenda am I pushing, Laura?
hmm?
It's just ignorant. There's people in the comments saying I'm pushing an agenda. What am I selling to you? Because I was
Well,
guided to give my
because some
information
of
for
the
free.
things
I
that you
can't
said,
physically
well,
sell divination to
you
people.
started with Jesus Christ as the most powerful thing that people need to call on. In my lives, everybody who follows me know that I do not tell someone that ISIS, Jesus, whomever, Gandhi, Krishna, I don't tell anyone that a particular being or force besides God is who they should definitely let into their lives because you don't know what someone has been through, what might have been toxic for them, what might have harmed them, what wasn't good for them. You don't know what actually could have brought them out of their dark place. So I don't have a right to tell someone that their belief system is incorrect and you should be following this or calling on this because this is the only thing that has power. I don't think we should do that. So that they were listening to when you said that in the beginning and some of the other things that you said. And so they may be thinking that you could be possibly, I don't know, Christian or whatever. And so maybe they're spewing their not judgment, but their perception of what you said has given them a thought that you believe in something a little bit different.
Yeah, I understand. I'm a gay man, so I don't put myself in a box of religion. So I had religious trauma where I was then to made be out that I
Yeah.
wasn't loved or I wasn't good enough. So that's an example. That's an example, right, of people trying to play God, right? And that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like demigod. The perspectives that we have, we are children of the Most High, right? All
Mm-hmm.
of these abilities and gifts that we have is literally is from God because unless we give credit to spirit, whatever you call spirit, the universe,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's pointless. It's like we don't really own anything. We can't take any of this with us, whether it's money or your spiritual gifts. Past life stuff and all this stuff about past lives can be very distracting to people, and it's just distracting. I think if we're not present and surrendered into this moment now, that's to me what God is. That's the love of God. And all I'm saying, the reason I talk about the manifestation is that I want other people to feel at peace, but not feeling like they need to be getting somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
To
And
bring
and that's
peace.
understandable. And for you, that may be what works for you. And some people, they need to understand life beyond where they are right now. And we just have to be able to respect that. Even though I know you're
Yeah.
saying, hey, some of these things for divination can be bad. Hey, some of this can be out of line. Hey, why are these people calling themselves God? Why are you dealing with these tarot cards? Be careful of this, be careful of that. Kind of how we're talking about the fake tarot readers, witches, etc., right? You're trying to help people with what you're saying. We're also trying to help people with this topic. In the same retrospect of the entire conversation, people gonna do what the hell they want to do. And I'm hoping that people will just use discernment, right, on their path, because everyone's path is their own. No one is meant to follow the same path. What
Yeah,
you do now
absolutely.
works for you.
Yeah,
What
and
I do
ignorance
works
creates
for me.
suffering.
Hmm?
Yeah, ignorance creates suffering. So when someone ignores the truth and whatever it is, they'll have to learn their own way. And like people can laugh about it and mock it, but
Mhm.
like that's the thing is that people do get mocked all the time by following
They do,
integrity. You should
but
know
we
this as
all
well,
have a
right?
different path.
If you come out into the spotlight, if you're on TikTok, yeah. So yeah, I mean, unless anyone has any questions for me, because apparently I'm just projecting some religion onto you. So
No, you
like,
wasn't
unless you can come
projecting.
up with
They was
something valid,
confirming. I don't think you're
um,
projecting anything. I was telling you why the people in the comments said what they said, because outside of being a spiritual life coach, I'm a critical thinker. I've also taken classes in psychology. And so when you said some of the things that you sounded like you were going towards the way of, okay, Jesus Christ is the only way. I would never automatically think that you were projecting. I'm an advocate for religious trauma individuals as well. I do a lot to help others. So no, I don't have a problem with what you were saying. Don't pay attention to the people in the comments. I'm just clarifying because what a lot of the people were thinking, I want them to have an understanding that you feel the way you feel, I feel the way I feel, they feel the way they feel, but you're just expressing your entire narrative, right? That's all. I was just trying to clarify for them. That's why I was asking questions.
no, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, and also like with the truth, it's like when people say judgment, like even if you read Tower, you have the judgment card, people can say you judge them just by calling someone on their bullshit, you're judging them anyways. So whether it's me projecting the bullshit or someone else, judgment is very controversial. And
Yeah.
a lot of people that are very manipulative say that they're being judged. They say that they're being judged. If you call a manipulator out, they will say, "Why are you judging me?" But they'll deny what they did to you. So again, judgmental, the perspective of judgment is not, it's overused and it's a cop out to us not really taking responsibility and actually showing up in this world as a better person. Because a lot of people don't give a fuck. Like you said, a lot of people, we have free will. A lot of people don't care. And that's why the world is the way it is today. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Collectively, there needs to be changes here. There are people out here dying of starvation in Africa, and I'm out here almost trying to explain why black magic is evil. Like it's, do you know what I mean? I feel like we need to focus on something more important because for
Of
me,
course.
I've always had the vision to build charities across the world, and even when I used to read tarot cards, I still held that vision of opening healing centers. And like, as much as I wanted to come on here to communicate, I don't really like debating with people because
Of
I think
course.
it can be very heated. And it's I don't want to try to convince you of anything. I just want people to feel empowered within themselves and with their connection with God or the Most High.
Of course.
Um,
Listen, on my
and
live,
because
you
I've
can
seen
always
it,
come
I've been
in.
through
I'm very
I've been through
respectful.
struggles.
I'm very respectful. It's just when you say certain things, I'm going to ask certain questions so people can understand your narrative. Because when I host these events, when people say certain things, I don't want the people in the comments to begin to get confused. So I was not, you weren't projecting. I was just helping to clarify for the audience that was here. I don't have a problem with your view at all. I feel like you're a beautiful person. I feel like you've gone through a lot of things that has put you in the predicament of just, um, kind of condensing things down to being simple, and that's okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're more about love, you're about peace, and I'm happy that you came to be a part of the live and that you had different views than other people that are here. I don't mind opposers. Come on in and oppose. That's what we're here for. It's a developing conversation respectfully, so I appreciate you coming. Okay, baby. Miss Famous Beauty, go ahead and
Yeah,
speak.
I think it's all about working together, right? That's what this is about.
We're at the 2 hour mark.
Okay. Miss Famous Beauty, go ahead and speak. And then Crystal Grid, I'm gonna drop you down. Thank you for coming. Come by anytime, and I'm gonna let someone else in because we're getting ready to change the topic in just a little bit.
Okay. So he was talking about black magic. I knew I was dipping dabbing in, and I was young at that time to do that, you know. And do I regret it? Yes, I do. Like I was telling you earlier, is that a lot of things have been going on to where I don't know if you even talked about sex demons.
Yeah, you're talking about the succubus and incubus.
Them
No, I
things are
haven't
real.
talked about it, but I
Them
do.
things are, yes. They're real. They're real and they're scary.
Yes, they are.
And you have no control over it.
They get you in your sleep. All that. Let me add someone else in. What we got? Boom, 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 boom. So for those of you who are here, it yeah, let me tell y'all something. I am a spiritual life coach and practitioner. Okay. I believe in manipulating energy. I believe in changing the course of your life. I believe in doing it for you and your family and bettering yourself. I don't believe in doing it to harm people, but I will use whatever to return it back to you because you're not gonna send nothing to hurt me and my family. I don't care. No, you not what? You tried to hurt me and my family. You think I'm not gonna send it back? Bye. Um, but ultimately, everyone's belief system is different, and we gotta respect that, guys. Like, we cannot tell people that doing this particular way is the only right way, and this particular way is completely wrong. In the spirit of love, we should be able to respect each other. I believe in light and dark. Period. So you can't have light without the dark. If you're all light, you're unbalanced. If you're all dark, you're unbalanced. That's the only thing I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you what God to believe in, but I'm gonna tell you to balance yourself. And you got to be careful with your intentions. There we go. If you decide to do a spell and your intentions is janky, best believe your shit coming back to you. You can't be doing love spells on people who in relationships with other people. You can't be destroying other relationships and think that the spirit of the divine ain't gonna make you pay. Miss Famous Beauty, what did you do after that to clear yourself of that energy?
Spent life together. And what I did was I sat and I actually was woman enough to tell him exactly. I had to literally, and he's my son's father. I literally told him exactly what I did. And to my I thought he was going to take it a different way, but he didn't. He respected it and he said he forgave me for doing that.
Okay.
And that's sometimes Sometimes you got to sit there and tell that person, this is what I did. And they don't forgive you, okay, they don't forgive you, but you told them. He literally forgave me for that. And after that, my life, it felt like it was like a 360, a legit 360. Everything started happening the way I wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I'm out here saving, I'm a paramedic, I'm out here saving lives now, you know. And that's what I do. I pray on all of them, you know, if they want me to, because I don't, like you said, I don't know what religion they are. I have no religion
Me neither.
because I don't know where I belong in life. I don't know where
You're
my
still
heart
searching
is
for
set in
your
life,
life
but I
purpose.
do know that someone gave life to me. Someone loved me to bring me here. I don't know who my higher being is, but right now, everyone that I take care of is going to be in my heart, and I'm going to do what I have to sit there and do to the best of my knowledge and my ability. And that's how I feel about it.
I agree.
Um,
I agree. And thank
yeah, I
you so
don't.
much for coming in, guys. If y'all still want to talk on the topic, just remember how we were talking about the fake tarot readers and healers. I'm getting ready to switch the topic because someone asked me to begin to switch it to understanding what actual spiritual life coaches and stuff do to help people, but we can still finish out this topic. And I'm glad that you're doing your best to be better, sweetie, and that you have removed that stuff from your life. I'm glad. The next person who is here, before CD, I can't see you. I just see a black square. Are you
Yes,
there?
yeah, I'm here.
Oh, no. Was there someone else who was there with you? Infinity Terra, are you there? I don't think
I'm
I see
Ebony.
you. Ebony?
Can you hear me?
I don't see you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead, CD.
Oh, I could hear her. Where'd she go?
Oh, come back
Oh
in.
no.
Come back in, Infinity. I'm sorry, I could barely hear
Yeah,
you
she
before
said.
I dropped you down. My bad.
Yeah, she said something, and then she was gone. I was like, no.
Go ahead, CD, and speak. How are you?
I'm well. Hold on. I'm well. I wanted to fight old bro a minute ago. Not like violence fight. I mean, like when I say I want to fight, it's never the echoes again. Yeah, the echo is pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, when I was watching that, it was. But hold on, where's the face? Hello. And so, like, the problem isn't the message he was trying to send. The problem was that he was saying he wasn't acknowledging that New Age spirituality is a lot of just white people appropriating religions and practices that are already in existence. And he was saying manifestation is the devil when it's not. It's a dharmic practice. It's a valid practice. He's like calling on unseen entities. I'm like, have you seen the face of God? So then how can you sit here and say calling on unseen entities is bad?
Exactly.
Like, and I'm just like,
No one has seen
it
the
was
face of
less,
God. I'm pretty sure we would burn the hell up if we did.
yeah. So it was the fact that it's the fact that he was contradicting himself and all I'm saying is that I'm just like, my friend, I understand what you're trying to say, but the word
Hold on,
choices
she
make
needs to
no
mute herself
sense.
because
And
she's
he's
causing.
saying something a lot, even though he's saying he's not Christian, a lot of Christians say that. So it's like you're saying you're not Christian, but you're repeating the exact same concepts that the Christians have said in the past.
Of course.
It's just like one of these things is one of these things is exactly like the other. Like it's just because you say it's not Christian doesn't mean like it's not the same projection of negativity. Even though he's the intention wasn't negative, like you're calling something that comes from natural religion negative.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Also, I was gonna say there's more than one crossroads spirit. That's what people don't understand. There's more than one. And I'm not going to say the names because people start taking us, but there's a specific crossroads spirit in voodoo where his job is to like let the bad spirit in and out. He himself is not a bad spirit. There's a specific Loa in voodoo where he goes to crossroads. Some people say he's like a dark side of Leva, but his specific
I
job
think so.
is to keep, yes, is to open up those gates for negative spirits. So that's when people say, when she said she went to, because you can, honestly, you don't, how do I say it? Papa is crossroads between physical and spiritual world. There's another crossroads spirit specifically for the dead, you know? So that's why, like, when you go into the graveyard, you go to the crossroads in the graveyard. That is a whole different crossroads right there. That's why I say, like, y'all gotta be, when you're talking about the crossroads, you don't know which crossroads where you work, especially if you're in the graveyard. Again, I'm not gonna say who, but there is in this in that religion, if you go to the graveyard, you're working a whole different nation of spirits right there. You know, like you want to like if I wanted to do a Papa Legba ritual right now, I could just stand in the doorway. I don't have to go to the graveyard for that. I could just sit. I could just stand in my regular doorway. I mean, I live by an intersection. I can just go stand over there and do a Papa Legba ritual if I wanted to. You know, go in the graveyard. I hope I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it.
I don't mess
I
with
mean,
the graveyard without doing a proper ritual, like, and you're not supposed to do it at no one's grave. You're supposed to mess with it because you don't know what who them people is. No. You don't know. Nah, baby, no. Mm-mm. I'm good. Is there anyone else who would like to come in and talk about this topic before I change this topic to what spiritual
also,
life coaching
apparently,
is?
CJ is my cousin. I'm Steve.
Hold
I
on.
just wanted to say this. I think oftentimes we have this misconception of what the see. When I first went to college to get my doctorate in divinity, the very first thing they taught us, the most important thing to do while studying, is learn the etymology of words. So I think the problem is oftentimes we think certain words mean a certain thing. And the one thing Chris kept saying was, I'm just trying to give truth. Well, let's talk about that. The etymology of the word truth simply means faith, faithfully, fidelity, loyalty, quality, pledge, covenant, so forth, so forth, so forth. Nowhere in that it means exact, like I'm right, you're wrong. It is basically what you simply believe. It's a form of belief. So I think we have to stop thinking that what we're saying to people is fact, or we call it 100. Did I say that right? 100.
Uh-huh.
My children say I don't say it right. But we have to stop acting like that. What we're saying is the only way to say it. Because that's simply not what the word truth means. It's simply just a form of your belief. So while doing that, you're saying all others is wrong, and it's just simply not true. If you're entitled to your belief, you're entitled to your truth, but your truths are not always someone else's truth. Because just like you said, I grew up I first grew up in Catholic. Then my mother moved over to non-denominational, where that church was split when it came to the Trinity. Some people believed in the Trinity, some people did not. And this is just right in a non-denominational church.
Exactly.
We're
Right
not
at
even talking
church.
about
Right at church.
right,
We believe in two different things.
right. Exactly. So I was raised to believe that Jesus was not God, that Jesus was a prophet who walked the face of the earth and performed miracles. That's all we were taught. But he didn't do anything no different than the men and women in the Old Testament did, and then the men and women in the New Testament before he was even born. Because contrary to belief, Matthew is not the first chronological book in the New Testament. So in order for you to understand, if you want to use scriptures, you have to understand the chronological order of the Bible. And if you don't want to know the chronological order, Mark is the actual first book, not Matthew. So therefore, there is a whole lot of stuff you're missing before you even get to Jesus. What were these
Not
people
to
doing?
top, they're missing books from the Bible. We just gonna not to top that.
Exactly. Not even the top, because there's actually books before Mark. I'm just trying to keep you
where they would understand it. But there were people doing these same very things before Jesus even came, before he was even birthed, on this earth. So I just think we have to stop, thinking that our truth is the only truth and that truth just remains your belief.
Of
That's
course, of
it.
course. CD and Vange Girl, how do y'all feel about the fake tarot conversation? The fake readers, fake witches, etc. How do you guys feel about that and what's going on? Before we get to this
Tarot.
topic, because some people asked me to switch the topic earlier.
Shall I? Oh my God, I do that too. Well, first of all, tarot cards make my head hurt.
Okay.
Even I try learning it. My head hurts, still hurts. They say, CD, what is the Five of Pentacles? I'm like, you asking the wrong one. I will say, what is the word? When I first got introduced to witch talk, it was again, it was around the whole cat red girl dressed up voodoo thing, pop like butt eyes. And then every single time I was in witch talk, it was mostly
Go ahead.
so it was mostly the bleak crickets and the dandruff donkeys. And they were doing stuff like, so I was talking to Dionysus and I'm sorry, I can't remember the word straight. I forget the video that we were talking about, when the girl was talking about she got in this hex battle with another person. Because Loki told me that they put a hex on me, and then it was almost 3-minute long video just to end it with, oh yeah, Loki said he lied to both of us just to make us fuck with each other. I'm just like, so you are the father, is what I'm hearing. It sounded like a whole movie episode, and it's just like, and I understand people make jokes. I mean, I'm sure everyone's been on like the Christian meme side of TikTok where it's like the Lord said do this. I don't feel like doing it. But that's the lowest I'm gonna do it anyway because I don't want to die. We've been on the funny side. When you get to new age side of TikTok, it gets, and this is where I almost understand what old bro was saying. In ATL where people are heating their heads up where it's like everything's a sign. It was like, CD, what does it mean if I saw 222? I'm like, it means you're at a clock. It means you're at a clock. What if I saw 777? I mean, it means you saw a number. What does it mean, CD? I'm like, it means the same thing many years ago before you could even read numbers. Nothing. I mean, it can mean something. It can, but there are people who will see my video, they'll be like, oh, CD, your video has 2,222 views. It must be a sign. I'm like, or it could be the internet. It could be that. Or it's like, CD, you had 444 followers. I'm like, no. It means I have 444 followers. You should follow me, bitch. Let me make it 45.
Gotcha.
There's I can tell the difference when I guess the question is, what do you want it to mean? Because if you're asking me all these questions about what does it mean to them, what do you want it to mean? What are you looking for? You're looking for an answer to something. What is it that you're looking for? If you think all these things are signs. I had a friend, and I'm not going to say his name because, actually, no, his name is Jay. All right, I love Jay. Me and Jay are cool friends now. But let me tell you something. When I met Jay, he was in Minnesota. He was like, he just survived cancer. He's also an astrologer, but he also does tarot, right? He does more, and all of a sudden he's like, CD, I'm not a Libra anymore. I'm like, what do you mean you're not a Libra anymore? And he's like, I'm a Scorpio. I said, who? And he said that he switched to Vedic astrology, more sidereal astrology. And in that one, he's a Virgo. I was a little insulted because I'm a Virgo and hoe, so appropriation, but I digress. And okay, I'm like, okay. And then I see him again the next week. He's in Arizona. Okay, how did you drive that? Okay, I'm not going to question it. He's in Mexico City. And he says that, and he's on this live saying that he's a reincarnation of Cleopatra, Marie Antoinette, Pocahontas, Archangel Uriel, and Cupid. He thinks his twin flame is Malumba. For those of you who don't know who that's the Colombian singer. He played Mariano in Encanto. That's the voice of Mariano in Encanto. He thinks this guy's his twin flame, and he's a reincarnation of all these people. And he's pulling tarot cards. He has Venus drawn on his forehead for some reason. I think it's like a soccer party.
So he's just into symbolism and
See, that
making
was a
himself
that was
look.
confirmation.
You know what? I'm a hush. He.
No, it gets worse. It gets worse. Hold on, it gets even worse. So I called him one day and I was like, "Hey, I'm just checking in on you because like Gen Z, yes, like we're Gen Z, and Gen Z is known to have trauma, generational trauma with traveling. So I'm making sure you're good." He's like, "No, I'm fine." 2 days later, calls me again. So, Sadie, guess what? I got chased down by some cartels and some prostitutes, and like someone threw a brick at my head, and they took my wallet and my phone, and so I'm calling you from my iPad right now. And I'm just like, "See what? What happened?"
Okay, all right.
You know,
I think he needs to stop fooling with whatever he's fooling with because it sounds like something messing with him.
No, and he's good now. He's good now. Like he came back to the U.S., stopped the whole thing. He went back to school. I will say what happened because again he is a cancer survivor. Like he was in the Marines, in the military band as like a flute player, and he had really bad leukemia. When I say it was bad,
Hold
like,
on, CD. Hold
you
on,
can't have
CD.
kids.
This is a good question. Miss Kim, write that down. Write that down. We need that for another conversation. Wait a minute.
Trust me, I was on it.
Hold on. How do I feel? What do I think about readers saying that they can assign you a deity? Don't you take that shit from a damn reader. I'm a spiritual life coach and reader, and I ain't gonna assign you shit. Don't you take that shit. Don't you take that shit standing up, sitting down, laying down. Don't do it. You speak to your ancestors. You do a blood test to see what's in your heritage, because when you do a blood test, you can see if you're connected to African, you can see if you're connected to anything European, Native American, you can see where your bloodline is, where your lineage is. So the most thing I would tell you to do is do a blood test before you start messing with the deities, so that you know what you're connected to in your heritage. Taking a deity assignment from someone, that's like when the church think that they want to ordain and girl, no.
I have to agree with you. I have to agree, have to disagree. I'll explain why in a minute. So this friend that I'm talking about, he can't get a DNA test. The cancer treatment was so intense, he can't get a DNA test. He can't have kids. Like that's how intense the treatment was. He couldn't get a DNA test if he wanted to. You know, so any ancestry work he's done, he can only get it from research because, like, if he's going to do the DNA test, it wouldn't come out conclusive. Now, the reason I say I have to disagree is because with this type of astrology that I do, if someone said, it's like if someone said that Stevie, what God should I work with? Astrology was correlated with God's intent. So if someone said, Stevie, I want to work with Apollo, I'm like, okay, in the type of in astrology, because again, it's I can use it for different religions. I'd be like, okay, if you have fun and sing like Capricorn, all right. I would be like, okay, this is a more practical time. The Apollo energy, even though I don't believe in the sun, you know, I think the energy of the Apollo energy is the sun or Helios, whatever you want to call it. You know, this is the more practical side of it. This is not the boastful Apollo. This is not the flamboyant Apollo. This is the more serious Apollo. You know, Mercury. You have Mercury and Gemini. Someone have, I'm like, oh, this is more vintage Mercury energy. You know, because again, like that's how astrology was created. Now, there's limits. CD, what's my
You have a bad echo. You're gonna have to go down and come back up, baby. Everybody's hearing an echo when you're speaking.
The echo was there before I got on.
Yeah, no. As you're talking, outside of the regular echo from my screen recording, like when you're talking, you're sounding jumbled instead of hearing your clear voice. Like you go in between sounding clear and jumbled.
Okay. I'll even come back 1 second.
Okay. Vange, how are you, baby? Go ahead and make your comment on the last topic and this one, whichever one.
First, I'd like to take a deep breath from all the echoing, if I may, including mine, if it's here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's all right. Okay, so I'm gonna make mine quick. Forgive me, you guys, if I have echoing as well. I can barely speak through it. Like I said, I have a little bit of ADHD, so hearing the echo kind of soothing to me a little bit. But anyway, my concern is